We'll sail for 10,000 miles. We'll sail for 10,000 more. We'll drink and we'll fight and we'll sail all night. We'll sail for 10,000 miles.
Yar, matey, whoa, it's Cosmic Guido. Patches. Hey, Patches, wake up. I got you back in your body. You're back in your body. Excellent. I hope everyone else is coming. I got the ship here just in time, apparently. You,
what are we doing?
You like golden showered down onto your own body there, matey. It was really weird to watch. I gotta say.
Never say that again.
Golden shower down on your own body? Okay,
That's
I'll
right,
never
that
say
one.
it. Never say that again.
Definitely not to anyone else.
Add it to the list.
So, you thought you could leave old Captain Guido behind, huh? You skip off to the astral plane. Luckily, ship, say hello. Well, hello, Patches. Oh, see? Ship's
Hello,
on the MiFi now. That's what I'm calling my the network.
The link.
The link, yeah. It's MiFi. So we can all talk to ship sorta right now. As soon as everyone else undies, they're all dead. Look, I posed them all. Like what's going on over there?
Aren't they like?
Did we get Weekend at Bernie'd?
Are you
Totally,
playing with them like dolls?
Yeah. They listen better this way. I don't think the red shirts were pretty keen.
True.
Red shirts weren't pretty keen on letting me do all this, but whatever. Oh wait, I see another golden shower coming down. Who is it this time?
Just to be clear, am I dead?
No, what? No, you're back in your body. Apparently you all jumped through a gate to the astral plane, and you didn't think about the consequences of that, and so your body is just kind of collapsed.
You say that as though you're surprised that we did it.
I mean, I figure it's something I would do, not something y'all would do.
You're rubbing off.
Pirates say y'all, by the way. So, so whose golden shower is it next? Oh, it's let me see here. I'm gonna roll the die. Oh my God, Bonnie, you're alive. Get that stuff out here. All right, okay, yeah. Hey. All right.
Why was
good.
my mouth filled with grass and dandelions?
I made you a planter.
See, thanks.
Yeah, it was gunpowder. It wasn't dirt.
Oh.
Are the others coming?
I guess. I hope so. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I see some golden sprinkles. Hold on, we'll see who it is. Here they come. Yep. Oh, it's Swash. Look, he's got 3 layers of clothes on. He doesn't even know it yet.
Umwash? Oh.
Yeah, I'm Umwanch.
Oh, Guido.
Behold the great Captain Umwanch.
Am I dead, or did you somehow find a way to the astral plane?
You might still be dead, but I definitely found a way to the astral plane. You're on the ship. Azul Halud.
Oh, is this my body?
Cannon!
Is this my body? Look at my magnificent body.
You can't.
Put
There's
the
like
shirt
4
back
layers
on.
of clothes. There's like 4 layers of clothes on you.
Why did you hide my beautiful body?
Stay on.
The red shirt said you had to wear more clothes.
You turn away and you look back and they're all gone. It's just my chest. You
Like
can't
a
stop
utility
it.
belt.
You can't stop it.
Yarr. All right, we're just waiting on the other one.
Jimmy, is that the one?
Did he survive?
I faded out before he was gone.
Jimmy.
So
Bing, 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 bing.
I
Wake up.
blame
Oh, there he is.
Swash for all of this.
All right, we're all here. Hey. Excellent.
Who?
Welcome back, everybody. Whew. It's good. We can
Thanks for
get into this scene because this thing is hot.
Thanks for saving our butts, Guido.
Yeah, well, when somebody told me that my crew stepped, like weekend at Captain Guido's. my crew stepped through a portal to another plane, and then they described it was like some swirly kind of cloudy plane. I figured it was the astral plane. And then the ship pipes in like, actually, I suggested that it was perhaps the... Right. We came up with a plan together, and we decided that was probably the astral plane. So, welcome our ship's guest, Jared Leto. This is our Morbin. This is our Mighty Morbin episode.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
What?
Welcome,
Does this
Skeleton.
mean that you saved us, Shippy?
No, Captain Guido saved you.
Oh. You
The
just
ship
took
say
the
that,
fun.
or did Captain
we
Guido
have
say that
three
about
tentacle
himself in the
twists.
third
One,
person?
two,
The ship actually said it was Captain Guido's idea to have the red shirts load your bodies onto my body,
To guest.
and then to transport all of it to the astral plane.
All right, well, solid job.
Totally. That was me. It
Ship's
was
guest,
all
you
me.
have a tentacle twist. Jimmy, you have a tentacle twist. All of us have tentacle twists now, except for Patches.
Me.
Well,
Bonnie.
I've got
Patches
one.
have
Bonnie.
Bonnie doesn't have one.
Bonnie doesn't have one.
Bonnie does.
Bonnie.
Patches
Bonnie
slash
needs one.
Bonnie.
We need 3 more. Then we can have all the chaos I need. All right, so you're on the ship. The ship is in the astral plane. You're in your bodies, which means you now have all of your actual stuff, not
No.
mental representations of the stuff that you
Excellent.
somehow had created in the astral plane. So
That
you are
means that
yourselves.
If we die here, we die in real life.
Yes, now we're not in like a dream state. If you die now, you're dead forever. In a Marvel kind of sense, where
Okay.
you'd be back in scene 3 or something.
Do I regain my luck points?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
You've basically
Thank you
you've all
for
basically
saving
had
me
a
the
long rest.
Problem.
You're
with
just a
it.
little mentally tired from having projected yourself through the astral plane forever how long you've been. If you ask Captain Guido, he's like 3 months. You've been gone 3
Wow.
months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
How'd
do
you
not
how'd you
believe
find
that.
us?
Oh well, I'm good with the astral plane,
Oh,
and so is the ship apparently. So
I
excellent.
knew you could do it,
I'm
Shippy.
s-
Well, if
I
only
still
we'd
think
known
he's
that
talking
was.
out of
If
his
only we'd
butt.
known this was possible, I wouldn't have had to do the thing to make us go to the astral plane.
it was a good
I-
use of a tentacle twist, though.
I'm pretty sure he's lying to you, Swash.
No. You are like you're like, oh my god, I can.
We got there,
You can literally
eventually.
like feel your body and your stuff. You don't have to think yourself moving forward. You just can now move. Don't fall off the ship, obviously, because you'll just fall forever unless the ship manages to get
Upright
you.
though, fall up.
The ship looks magnificent in the astral plane. As a matter
Shippy,
of
were
fact.
you designed for the Astral Sea?
The ship says no. I was trapped in the ice. My kind had crashed into the realm you know as Frostfields, and so I was trapped there. And as another ship crashed, I slowly absorbed its form. And now you see there's like rainbow butterfly wings instead of sails right now. And the ship is all like sleek metal and crystal. It's the nicest helm you've ever seen,
She's bloody majestic.
It's
This
pretty.
is kind of unsettling.
except for this puddle that's been on the deck for since the first time you came around with the infinite pickle bucket. When you first went to the Dead Reckoning, there's this puddle on the floor, and every red shirt crew member has tried to mop up the puddle, and the puddle has never gone away. And it has these weird 2 round things in it. So when you go by, you sometimes think it's looking at you. Like, oh my god, puddle there, it's looking at me. And the puddle is now on the MiFi. Puddle, please introduce yourself to the actual crew members.
Puddle.
Great. So the puddle is going to sort of rise up from the deck and sort of coalesce into a little blob with 2 floaty metal rings that sort of focus in. And what happens next? You hear this not in real life with your ears, but you hear this in your mind. Greetings.
Is this day gonna get any more unsettling? I just want to know now before we
Yeah, right.
continue.
What is this? This is adorable.
I call him Puddle.
I have been observing you for a few hours, and I believe that I have learned your language.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good
Yeah.
job.
That's quick learning.
Apologies for trying to swab you so many times.
It is understandable. I have just now been able to coalesce my form into what you see before you.
Welcome
And
aboard.
with a bit more effort, you'll get farther?
I suspect I
Little
would.
legs.
Would that make you more comfortable?
No, I'm just curious where your powers lie.
I think about 1,000 legs on each side, that kind of wiggle, that's going to make everybody a whole lot more comfortable.
Can I use my my tentacle point now?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
If you want, you can
Okay.
use it whenever you want. It's like a game breaker, basically.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to manifest 3 arms on one side of what might be termed my body. Maybe just like a leg sticking out of the front. Yeah, we'll kind of float the 2 little rings to the front of the leg.
Ooh,
Does
interesting.
this make you more comfortable?
No.
I'm more
I'm a
I'm
little
more
uncomfortable
fascinated.
now.
Does that
The
count?
amount of limbs you have seems arbitrary.
That's
Not
true.
wrong.
That's true. Look at Jimmy. He's got 5.
What is Jimmy?
Hello.
That one.
Yes, but what is the nature of Jimmy?
Pain in the ass.
That's one for the philosophers. I don't know. Jimmy, what is the nature of you?
I begrudgingly give Guido a high five.
Avery.
He's a tabaxi, if that's what you're asking.
Way to bring race into it, Swash.
Giant cat, is that better?
It's the
This
creature
is
that
all very new to me. This is a lot to have to process.
Bonnie, you got another tentacle twist.
Oh, thank you.
Jimmy is the one most likely to stab you, whether you need it or not.
Something is happening. I believe that I am experiencing fear.
Oh,
Fear? What?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
That I might be stabbed. Is this a concern? That I might be stabbed and someone might take one of my precious discs.
You have precious
It's
Precious
discs?
are these
possible.
discs.
Oh, the eyes. He's
Yeah,
talking about
The
his
likelihood
eyeballs.
is increasing the more you
How long
talk.
have you existed, friend? How long have we had this? Have you existed always on this ship? Were you?
No, I have coalesced only recently, perhaps in the past few hours.
And by
Also,
hours,
I-
he means months, because time is weird in the astral plane and outside.
Jeremy, bury me. Gotcha.
I do not require the discs to perceive you. I just like them because they are cute.
It's true.
They're
It's
nice.
true.
It gives me somewhere to focus.
That's the only
Yeah.
reason Jimmy's still on board.
Do you want to focus on my many limbs?
Is he cute, though?
Is he
35-year-old
cute?
cat person?
It's frankly hard not to focus on your many limbs.
I hoped that they might be a comfort to you.
They're very nice.
I got another one. I got
Very
another.
squelchy.
I'm gonna do my best to like mimic the limbs.
Tell us, friend, how shall we address you?
You may address me as. That is a sound that is not heard within the mind, but he actually creates
Oh.
an air cavity within his gelatinous form and forces air through.
Can come again? One more time. I didn't catch the
It
accent.
raises a bit at the end.
Here's an accent. I can't quite place your accent.
Can we quote that? How do you?
My
How do you
apologies for
spell
my
that?
accent. I have only learned your language very recently, within the past few minutes. Something is happening.
What is it?
I'm experiencing disappointment.
Oh yeah,
Is
that's
it that-
common around here.
Is it that Swash can't say your name properly?
Yes, that is it. Or perhaps I should be offended at that. I don't know.
Maybe a little of both.
Butter.
Little of both. It's not that he's not trying. It's just that he's not trying very hard.
I'm not well
I haven't heard
practiced
anybody
at
else try.
experiencing emotions.
Bonnie, your accent's way off. Sorry.
What is the
Sorry,
nature of
sorry.
Swash?
Like a South liquid person.
Ooh,
He's a
nice.
North liquid.
I am
person.
in this world, I am referred to as a Selkie.
What is your nature?
Chaos.
Water.
Are you also a thievery?
Water. No.
That is
I'm-
that makes more sense.
I
mean,
mold
you have
water to
stolen
my
a lot
will.
of people.
Water, yes.
Saying.
Release the Kraken!
So,
The Kraken has been
I've made
released.
release the
awkward.
Kraken.
Swash has a great connection to the gods.
I'm a
All of them?
I'm a sea witch. I connect with Umwatch, the god of the ocean and the tide and the waves. The water within our own bodies.
Gross.
I'm
The one.
99% water.
Yeah, okay, I can tell.
Yeah.
What's the 1%?
This is my
It's the
little
ring.
eyeballs.
Oh, that's a good
My
point. Good
little
point.
Privileged
Solid.
information.
I thought that would be obvious, but
I believe
I don't know
his
why I
name
thought
is
those were made up.
Amorpheus.
Good night, everybody.
There we go.
Good night. Good night.
Roll it.
these are
It
the
took me
jokes.
27 minutes to get that one in, but I got it.
I can't tell if I wish it were earlier or later, but I'm glad it happened at all.
So if
So-
you just created, you don't have a god. Let me tell you about Umwatch.
And this is how he steals people.
I'm gonna go
4
check on my
hours
cannons.
later. So, while Swash is going on over there about,
Proselytizing.
I'm gonna convert
Umwatch,
you. You can try to make a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
I don't think you can convert water to Umwatch.
Yeah, water's already
Water.
You know, our
Oh.
bodies have 75% water. Can I control water in people's bodies? Hello, this is
60%, and probably, I mean, Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine's
Heck yeah,
body,
he did.
even though technically
works in Avatar.
adamantium isn't even magnetic. Not sure how that worked.
They
Comic
for a
book.
long time made that very clear that Magneto couldn't do that.
Yeah, and then he did one day. So, just
Maybe
like
he
you all died and
magnetized
came
it.
back to life
Writers.
already. It's
Yeah.
like we're in the MCU here.
Canon's weird.
It's the
How many ends?
Morpheus cinematic universe here now. So,
oh, you rolled
yeah.
a 16? Okay, well, you can decide if you want to believe in Umwatch or not, I suppose.
I feel like I need more evidence in order to make this
Oh,
decision.
no.
In his defense,
Here
he did bring me
come
back
the
to life.
Good
theatrics.
luck with that.
I still
No.
don't believe in him, but he did bring me back to life.
What is your nature?
I strike a pose.
She vogues. She's our voguer.
It's true.
He's a very small voger.
Yes, I'm a halfling.
She's a half voger. She's a half
Half
voger.
voguer.
Yeah, I just do this.
Would you say you're defined by your metal leg, or more defined by your love of explosions?
Oh. At the moment, metal leg, because our cannons still don't work.
That's
You're an
true.
elven.
They
But
are very scary.
they are very intimidating to look at, yes.
What is Bonnie?
Release
Oh, no.
the Kraken!
No, we're not releasing another Kraken.
Yes, another one.
No.
I have a metal leg.
Any reason to see Liam Neeson on screen? That's all there is. That's
Always good.
Amorphia. Nice. Thanks, Cookie, for clipping that. All right.
And I am Patches. My nature is navigating and
Chunky
killing
salsa.
things from far away.
That's very forward. I didn't ask you your nature yet.
I thought I'd
I
save
like
you the
it.
trouble.
I like.
That's true.
Something is happening.
Oh no.
I'm
dear.
experiencing disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's what
Like
my
I said,
mother
common
used to
around
say
here.
about
How do you
me.
know it's
I do not
disappointment?
care. I don't care for this emotion at all.
How do you know it's disappointment?
I can
It
tell.
involves the
It's
swashbuckler.
pretty obvious.
Okay.
I had
us,
hoped
friend,
that I would get to ask him the question.
Oh,
And
I
then I did not.
apologize.
Can we ask you what your nature is?
I were just about to. I'm getting the same emotion now because I was. It's mad how that happens.
I am instinct.
Ooh.
I have an instinctual drive to further coalesce my form.
Okay.
That
Well,
That's a solid goal.
that kind of sounds like a world domination kind
Yeah,
of.
Frankly-
actualize yourself. I'm on the same quest. man.
frankly, that's more gold than we've got at the moment. Can we help you with it?
Self-actualization. Yes. Yes, something is being dredged up from the ether.
Is there more of you that we could help you gather up in a bucket, perhaps?
In a book?
All around you, but they're too tiny to be
In a
seen.
booklet?
A
Bucket.
bucket.
In a bucket.
Some-
A bucket.
No, like like a glass, but made of wood.
Oh, all right.
A container. A vessel.
That sounds frightening. Is that some sort of device to torture someone with?
It can be,
I
but it
suppose
also
it
can
might.
be used to carry things. You could
I don't
probably
think
shape
I would-
yourself into one.
I would not like to meet a bucket. I do not think.
Okay.
Can you move?
Hide
Can you
every
move
bucket.
around?
Hide every bucket. Okay.
Just
Okay.
gonna waggle my limbs about.
Okay, I was just making sure we didn't need to have produce a bucket to carry you. in
No,
or
no.
anything.
I
Okay.
think I am very mobile, and I feel as though I am being drawn in a direction.
Oh.
Have any of you heard of the Forge of Man?
Dun dun dun.
Change their name to
no.
Only Flaps.
Dredge. Dredge is now only flaps.
Sorry, sorry to derail the whole conversation. Oh,
Yeah. Judge and Greed is now
Um,
only flaps. You'll see there's gonna be
That's
more
lovely.
content like that. You'll see on her
Oh.
channel.
Did somebody
What?
eat the banana?
I hope not.
No, that's-
apologies.
That's like 50
What was the
subs. You gotta
question?
spend like 50 subs, I bet. To eat the
What?
banana.
Have
How
you
many?
heard of
No.
the Forge of Man?
No. Whoa, no,
Dun,
Jesus
dun.
Christ, no.
Have I heard of the
Umach,
Forge of
Lordy,
Man?
no.
I was really hoping somebody here had. That would be much more
Tell us
useful.
more. Perhaps we know it by a different name.
Well, it is a device that causes a worldly essence to be confined within a solid shape, much like I assume that all of you have come from the Forge of Man. You all seem very solid, or at least mostly solid.
We are
I
highly coalesced.
I can do this.
None
with
of us
my-
are men.
It was
That's
it was made in a less enlightened time in the universe.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were going to. So, just to clarify, because I may have lost it, are we in the astral plane right now, or are we in
Yes.
the material? Okay, so
No.
we're still in the astral.
That's why the sky is all swirly.
I mean, I don't
we
judge
have
the
we
weather
have
for
all
being
the
weather.
visual cues that we can give you, Jimmy.
Oh, well,
No,
I
so-
have only half my vision, so
Right.
That's
So
for
He's
you-
you.
missing a face limb.
Your spirits, remember, the silver cords dissipated, and then you fell into nothingness, and then you golden showered down upon your own bodies on the deck of the
I
ship.
thought you weren't gonna say that.
He
I didn't
makes
say
up
I
for
wasn't
it
going
with
to
his
say
butt
it.
limb.
And now you are all in your physical bodies on the physical ship, which looks magnificent. You all just look the same. And you're in the astral plane. So now if you die, you really die.
Oh.
Previously, if you died, you would return to your body.
But it sounds like if
Depending
we
on how
die,
you die.
we could be reforged in the Forge of Man.
That's true. All right, we've got new stakes. So are you questing for the Forge of Man?
I suppose I am. Is that where you are headed?
It is all of a sudden.
Yes, let's go. That sounds like a great place to be. Maybe if we can use it to... I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I was thinking about cannons again.
You want to
Okay,
forge
so
a man,
what if
a
we
man
just
cannon?
steal the forge?
A manning. We could
Well,
do
okay,
that.
Hold on. Everybody slow down. Everybody, gosh, we're chasing after every pretty shiny object. Listen,
Yeah.
we're here in
Yeah,
Astral
we're
Plane for a reason.
swashbucklers.
We're here for a reason, though. We're here.
Are we?
Yes. Yeah, we have.
No, you kind of
An
forced
infinite
us
number of-
into this.
No, Bonnie did. We have an infinite number of myriad these people coming after us.
Maves.
The
yeah.
Maves.
The myriad of
Myriad of
Maves.
Maves.
Yep,
We need to
yep.
find the source.
this
That's why we
is-
came here, to find the
But-
one Mave.
Okay, we've also been in the
Maves is-
astral plane the entire time, and they haven't really come after us. So
Not that we know
the-
that we maybe couldn't see them.
Isn't that
There
the
were
whole-
hunters at the beginning, but that Energon creature took you to the Clockwork City.
and we haven't seen them since. So like, I feel like we're in the clear. You know.
It's been like, I mean, astral plane time, it's been like, I don't know, 6, 8, 12 hours, something like that. But outside time, it's been like, in Prime Material, it's been like 3 months, according to Captain Guido.
See, it's all gonna just blow over. Be fine.
It's not, but there's no blowing up. But I don't. Okay, that said, though, I still don't know how we can. Is there? Okay, so our ship's guest just appeared here with the boat. So does Guido
Yeah.
know their way around the astral plane?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course I do. I've come here every weekend on vacation.
I am noticing that we lack maps of any of the places that will be here.
I think we just fly around, and if you think you're going to hit something, you dodge.
You said that your nature was that of navigation.
That's true.
Oh, get called out.
Could I share with you my sense of where the Forge of Man is?
Yes, please.
Open your mind to me.
All right. I think I'm doing it now.
Do you?
Am I doing it?
Do you
Can
feel
you
it?
feel it? Is it open?
I thought you would feel it on your end.
There's a little bit of blood coming out of your.
Is there a
your
disconnect
patches.
in the feelings?
I am
department
doing
here?
this as hard as I possibly can.
He's-
Would it help if I waggled my limbs around?
It couldn't hurt.
Yes, totally.
yeah,
It'll help
join
if
in.
I
Please
waggled
do.
my limbs about.
I wouldn't.
Maybe
do
you
that,
should
no.
join.
No.
Join here. Get joined together.
My arms are extra wiggly. Look.
Consume one of the crew.
Wrap yourself around him.
I am about to engulf you. Prepare yourself for this to happen.
The
That
engulfing
might
is
as well
happening.
happen.
Anybody have any popcorn?
Do it to
Unlike-
Jimmy.
I'll like
I
lay down
don't
on the deck
suggest
to
that,
make it
Guido.
easier.
No, stand up. It's weird if you lay down.
All right.
You gotta show
what's
some
going on
level of.
here.
That's
commitment
too
there,
similar to a
Patches.
puddle, and I do not wish to go back to that.
That's very fair.
Just don't cover his air breathing hole.
I don't know which part that is.
The one that
Don't
flaps
cover his
open
face.
when
Here
he
we go.
talks.
Something is happening.
I hope it's not disappointment again.
No, it's apprehension, but not mine. I think it's his.
Oh,
That's
your minds
good.
have joined. Congratulations.
Yeah, you made it.
Blow a bubble in him.
When it pops out, does it go?
It better.
Almost
Help.
certainly.
This
do you
is
want us to
probably
roll
sufficient.
something to mind meld?
What are we mind melding for? Anyway, I lost. I'm still wondering. Okay,
Navigational
navigation.
data.
Direction.
all right. So is this your only thing, Mr. Are you here to take us to the Forge of Man? Is this like a side quest for you? What brings you to the Forge of Man?
I wish to coalesce further, or I am compelled to coalesce further.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to be a real boy. I know this story.
Yes, I this is but a semblance of life, and I feel that I have yet to attain true life.
And to do that, he wants to go to the Forge of Man.
I feel
Okay.
like
Somewhere-
this is still gonna
All right.
end up with
All right.
potentially
Somewhere deep
murdering.
in
I'm not-
my genetics, I'm feeling that Goliaths have a thing called a Play-Doh fun factory.
Oh,
This feels like something like that.
I want to use tentacle
that
twist.
sounds fun. I want one.
Not to completely derail whatever this whole thing is going to be.
How could
But-
you
You're probably
possibly?
gonna derail it.
But what I'd like to do I'd like to further along the idea. Okay, I want to use a tentacle twist. Swash is going to get the idea that because this all started because of Bonnie's love for Maeve, it not forced her, but it caused her to do something really awful. She murdered the one Maeve, right?
Forced isn't a bad word.
I think that the residual emotion and stuff, that psychic energy is maybe somehow she is connected to Maeve. This Maeve, whatever, married of Maeves. So I
Mavis
want to
is
study.
not Maeve.
The Swash wants to take a little downtime thinking off episode or whatever to figure out a way to use Bonnie's love as a way to find.
Yes,
Maeve.
every universe has a Bonnie, and every universe has a Maeve.
Oh, so here we go. So, and then use that to somehow figure out a way to track or at least pinpoint where they are in the astral plane. The myriad of Maeves. Or whatever produces them.
Okay. All right. That's
See,
reasonable.
look at this guy trying to complete the main story without finishing all the side quests first.
We're gonna need those brass keys for summit.
Exactly.
We're pushing through the side quests pretty quickly in terms of sessions, like one per session. There's only 47 of them.
Anyway, that's
We'll
what
be
I'm gonna
done
do.
in
So
2024.
Bonnie, expect a lot of conversations with Swash. Swash is gonna try to get you to do magic stuff
I'll
with
even
them,
let you
rituals.
look at my fancy little cameo of Maeve.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, that could help.
Yes.
You feel like you need a focus. Also, her wedding ring. No, this one's my wedding ring. So
When you married Maeve,
Maeve.
right, who was really a Mavis.
Oh, I'm back in my old body. Does that mean I have my old beard?
Sure.
Okay.
Unless you decided to wake up and
Well,
trim it.
prestidigitation.
like
Well, chat did.
35-year-old self.
Chat
I have
did vote.
prestidigitation. I can dye your mustache for you in
Okay.
return.
Wait,
Alright.
when you say you're old, oh, because you aged, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
de-aged.
there's some
Yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
whitey
Oh, and then
stuff
it.
going on.
Yeah, exactly. But chat did vote for me to keep it, so I think
You did. Oh yeah, that's right. They did. Okay, yeah, no, keep that. Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Well,
just say I liked it so
I've-
much.
I've done
Bonnie's doing yeah.
Yeah. Every hour or something.
Okay, Forge of Man. Let's. We have a guest on our ship.
Do we
How
have
can we say
a
no?
course to take?
Allow me to expel your navigator.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were still.
Does this make him excrement now?
Indeed.
Okay.
I hope you won't take this the wrong way, but you taste
Salty.
odd.
I think that's. a
Do I
compliment.
know where we're going?
Well, you've certainly.
Nope, try again.
Let's just leave that hanging there. Yes, sorta. There's no real direction in the astral plane, but you sense his insistence that in this way, if you pilot the ship in this way,
Warmer, cold,
yes,
ice cold.
yes, exactly, totally. You just drive around in circles.
Oh, you're burning up.
Oh no, I guess
yeah.
we-
Walking
we
on the
have a-
surface of the sun.
You got that? Yeah, yeah. The floor is lava, and everything else is the sun, and I don't know why there's lava. That's where we are. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, and it hurt to it's literally a burning pain in your mind, like a spike was driven in there and then heated up when you're on the right path. So that's how you
All right.
know. Yeah,
That
because
doesn't
he
sound
was like
comfortable.
Well, he was like, this is the best way to let them know, because he doesn't really understand, corporeal human bodies that have just like a single shaped beard.
If it becomes painful, let me know and I can maybe do something about that.
Oh, that's lovely. Shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shippy, this way.
Well, the music, you guys can't hear it. The music's just synced up really good with that whole thing.
Ooh.
Big rise, swell. Let's go adventuring.
This way.
Oh, thanks, bud.
All right, over to you
Not a
can come back on now.
Cheers, Shippy.
Not a compliment.
All right. So, a jackhole filled with a tiny disc. What?
Ooh.
Patches, you're piloting the ship. Ship oohs and ahs every once in a while as you the wheel is made of crystal.
Ooh.
And it like gives off light as you like spin in.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like light trails behind the ship as you're going through the astral plane. And so you kind
I
of
want this.
guide it. Well, you all have it right now. You're on ship B McShip face.
Which it sounds
Unfortunate
is sort of
solo
like
to
being
it.
on acid that actually takes you places.
Yeah.
Yes.
And eventually, a dark dot off in the distance continues to get larger and larger, and it's just another chunk of floating rock, and it has like a rectangular gray, smooth stone building on it.
Is this the forge?
Something is happening.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm experiencing excitement.
Yay!
How do you know these words and their definitions when you only learned our language so
Cognitive
recently?
linguistics.
Mostly
that means.
context clues.
Fair enough. That's an actual answer, unlike whatever Bonnie said.
Real
No.
science.
Exactly.
It's actually like the premise of cognitive linguistics. But
We're in the astral plane, so none of that matters right now.
All
are we in
right,
a
so
graveyard?
floating chunk of rock. Yeah, it's like a city apparently.
Like a
It looks
astral
good. I like
city.
it. It's like another astral city. There's a lot of shit floating around in the astral plane.
A lot
even
of
if you
very
read the book,
pleasing
it
shapes.
says there's a lot of shit floating around in the astral plane.
Pleasing. Does this please you?
Oh, I like the solidness and the right angles. Let me see if I can do a cube. Yeah.
That's a cube.
Oh,
Good
this
job.
is where it's,
Actually,
do you know any solid people that are cubes?
no.
Yes,
I would love to meet one.
they clean dungeons for a living.
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
They're not terribly solid, but
They're also not really people. They're not conversationalists.
How dare you, sir? You did not see the good, the bad, the gelatinous.
It's true. We are people.
It was a one-page RPG I read. Everybody was gelatinous cubes. It's pretty sweet.
At one point, we were 4 gelatinous cubes in a trench coat.
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love
Sounds like
actually
a
bathrobe.
gelatinous pillar with a
It
coat
was,
on it.
it was
hung on
great.
it.
We danced.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love
Anyway,
everything about this.
Carry
It was a
on.
wonderful time.
there's a sign on the front of this building. Doesn't make any sense. Something man.
Oh,
Well, it has man in the name, so I'm gonna assume it's the forge thing we're looking for.
What if it's Manchester? That's not what we're looking for, though.
no.
What
It
if
could be
it's-
maybe it is the Forge of
What
Manchester.
if it's Cube Man and this is where that cube person lives and I could talk to them?
Man, that would be a great
Oh.
name.
Oh,
Cube Man?
Cube man.
Well, just like if you're cube man. Cube
I can see
man,
why you would
you're
like that
just
name.
called-
Yeah.
all right.
That's a very you name.
Is that? Are you insinuating something?
particle man?
No, I just said it.
Cubic.
It's a very you name.
That's true,
Cube
there were-
man.
No
Doing the thing
insinuation,
the
it were
cubic
just-
can.
It's cute, man.
Right
His
up
friend Triangle Man.
Like Triangle Man.
They live in
Triangle
geometry
feeling
land.
like you're trying to call me out on something right here.
Circle Man.
Point you to a fantasy names generator
Na,
sometime.
na, 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 Cube
I don't
Man.
need anything like that. My naming scheme comes from the soul.
I hope everyone's enjoying as we slowly fall apart.
All right, are we?
This is we're right on par with every other episode.
All right, so what are we saying right now?
Cubes.
The astral
just the
plane
cubes.
has that effect on people. I think.
Okay, so smooth gray stone building. There looks like there might have been vegetation in front of it, and patches. You can just like wing the ship, kind of just coast the ship up and like bump it up against the rock, and then have the red shirts like throw mooring lines over.
Do I like this
You can
one
just
better?
Pound like stakes into the ground to keep the ship there.
Let's do it. Is this the forge?
Probably.
4G.
I definitely want to get a closer look at those right angles that are out there.
We've
Man,
got
I
to.
can't believe. Speaking of red shirts, there's a dozen other people running around the ship. There's Toby Buckets, Arm Hug, Swashbuckling Steve, no it's Steed, Kooky Mandy Us. Don't know where that one came from. There's Ooga.
We got to
or
give
Ooge.
that.
Is it
do
huge? I
something.
think it might be huge.
Huge.
He's really huge. He's the hugest red shirt we've got.
Sounds like it's time for a
I'm
bathroom
gonna
break.
stay
for
away
Bonnie.
from that buckets guy.
There's
I can't-
Bobby McFerrin, Porter Portside, Johnny, Hurd.
We're gonna.
This
I'm gonna give
sounds
the
so timely
goose.
anymore. We gotta
I'm gonna
kill
give the
something.
goose one of my last tentacle twist. The
Mr.
goose
My
is
Bones
taking
ain't little.
something.
Really?
The goose now has a tentacle twist.
Oh,
Oh,
why?
It took mine.
Why?
sounds terrible.
Yeah.
No.
I, for one, welcome our feathered overlords.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're just gonna bite everybody in the ass.
Yes.
I don't have an ass.
Make
Not
one.
yet.
Good.
You can
Not
make
They're nice
yet.
when you
two
fall
cute
down.
little.
It doesn't hurt so much.
Make two cute little bubbles come out your back end.
But keep
Two
them in
arms
there.
sprout out like this. Am I doing
Yeah,
it?
close
That's
enough.
very close.
It's a long-
You know, that would be
Look.
much easier to sit down with. You just.
It's very similar to Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Are you saying you look at my ass patches?
How could you not? It's
Your tail
fabulous.
does this thing.
Because it's
It's a
behind
little
me.
cute-
That's why I
Little
can't
cute
patches.
cat butt.
The physiology doesn't work that way.
There are so many ladders on this ship, Jimmy. There are so many ladders.
Goose peck butters. Goose really hates you. Okay, anyway.
More it.
There's-
Throw the lines over here. Do this line here. Yes.
Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them. The last one was Mr. My Bones Ain't Little. We can't just stop at the 9th red shirt. We got to get all 10 red shirts.
Sure.
All right. So,
As is good and proper.
right.
I'll
And
top off.
as they're like they jump over the side, and other ones like throw monkey fists, which are little balls of ropes that they catch, and they're gonna like leader lines that they're gonna run the mooring lines. And there's a couple of them out there hammering like stakes into the ground that the mooring lines are gonna be attached to. Patches, roll me a d6. There, look, we got like another die roll. 2 die rolls in an hour.
3.
Oh.
That's either good, bad, or indifferent.
Hey,
This is
three
going to be,
outcomes.
everyone's going to experience something here as a bolt of ruby red light shoots out of somewhere from the front of this building and destroys Swashbuckling Steve. No, it's
Oh.
Steve.
No.
I'm okay with this.
It's become a
Sort
spray of
wait,
red mist or
Steve.
something.
Steve.
Yeah, like it bursts through his chest, and then there's like a 6-inch, 8-inch diameter hole in his chest, and he's like, "Oh, I just started," but there's just goo
That's
sprayed
how
all.
Putin on the Ritz should have died. Jesus.
I can go down there and just smush it back into him, and I think he'll be fine.
Oh, please give it a try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give it a shot. It's not going to hurt him any worse.
But okay, wait a minute, hold on.
Oh,
There's
no,
it's shooting a giant
Steve.
fucking laser now. Remember?
I was just thinking about
I think we
getting
missed the
to
point
know
here.
him.
No, Steed! Wait a minute, what happened? No, Steed!
I mean, giant death lasers is we haven't
just par
not
for the
faced
course.
those. Exactly, yeah.
but
We've
we don't know how
definitely
many more
faced
are gonna
those
come out of that.
What if I took part of a larger crew member and just shoved it in there to make up the difference?
You know,
If we
I want
end
you to
up
keep
with
busy.
another spare one, go for
We
it.
need you to keep busy. Why don't you go down and just try to put that one back together with what you got?
Okay, I'm just gonna slither down one of the ropes.
All right, where did that laser come from? Is there an opening or anything?
Nope, somewhere in the front of the building. And now, like, a large metal capsule is, like, coming around. And you notice that it's covered in, like, dirt and dust, but there seems to be some type of metal construct in the ground.
I am
It's
gonna take out
Mistake.
Chunky Salsa and just take aim in
It's
case something happens.
100%
So the laser came out of the building, right?
Yes.
And then something else is now floating around on the ground?
It's like it's coming in like a semicircular path from, it looks like, from part of the building. It's coming around.
Like an envoy.
Maybe. As it gets closer, Patches, you're like looking through the scope on Chunkier Salsa. You can see that it's like a metal and glass sort of pill type thing, right? And inside there seems to be someone just standing there as it's cruising around.
I will share that with everyone.
All right, there's like a low humming sound that's getting slightly louder.
There's someone in there.
Meanwhile, can we get everybody to finish up mooring us and get back into the ship and to safety as quick as possible?
Sure.
Are we ever truly safe, though, Swan?
Unless it's nailing the pythons in that gets them shot.
Oh, nice. Well, good point. Was he doing that?
He was one of the people hammering in a stake, yeah.
Oh.
Into the it was into the ground, right? Not,
Into the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like, like 150, like 100 yards of land kind of between where that building is and where you've just moored the ship now. So
100 yards. The most
100
piratey
yards. Yeah,
measures.
Yes.
Yard.
Yes. Yard.
Yar!
Yard.
Yar?
I guess we're waiting to
The
see if it
standard-
shoots again.
It's like a light year.
The standard pirate yar has 4 R's, so we have a set distance when we say
All right.
100 yards.
We yell to have them hurry up. We take cover.
All right, so they wrap the mooring lines, tie them off, and come clambering back up. Just as this kind of metal and glass pill comes to a stop, sort of like 50 feet from the ship where you've just moored it, and then it goes like,
All right.
and a person comes out.
Hail.
Screw you!
Hey, Patches, no. Hold on.
Yes.
No.
This is their house. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to walk out onto the bow, wherever the heck I can hail them.
Sure.
Hello.
Greetings, welcome to Gzzz Man.
Thank you.
All right, so come again? You kind of
Have
cut
you
out
come
there.
to design your new friend?
Yes.
Man.
Yes, we have.
Wonderful.
It's uncanny.
It really is.
We have the newest in artificial beings technology here at Man.
Artificial?
Okay.
Good to know.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if this is quite what we're looking
Why?
for. but
Why did your building just kill one of our people?
I do not know. I am only the greeter.
Suni Mahara with 27 months. That's 3 times 9. Hey, Suni.
Dear God.
You have 3 babies.
That's 3 babies.
I mean, that's really packing them in there time-wise, but
Soon he knows how to pack them.
3 whole babies. 6 fingers is 2 asses. We got a lot of math going on in this
How
show.
much is 3 whole babies?
Wait, what are the 3 holes on the babies? You said 3 whole babies, right?
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Anywho.
Anyway, yes, there's a shiny person standing there.
You shot.
He's shiny.
You killed one of our people. I can't help it. The niceties aside.
Can you ask your boss?
Oh, the defensive systems have been inoperable for some time. Apparently, one of my cohorts has achieved some semblance of operational functionality in them.
Could we cut that off?
Yes, but we must go inside to the showroom so you can see everything that we can make. Man.
Okay.
Okay,
Who wants to go with us?
I'll go.
Ah,
Hey, we're
I think this is.
I'm putting the red bits back inside of Steed, but he's not coalescing.
No, yeah, no.
that's okay. If you want to bring
He's
those with
difficult
us, you
that way.
can.
I will bring Steed.
Can the rest of the
Poor
red shirts
Steed.
get Steed, bring him up the ship, and wrap him up and stuff, and we'll send him out to.
Is there anything left of
Burial.
Steed other than red
Yeah,
mist?
well, yeah, there's just a big hole in his
Oh,
chest.
Poor Steve.
I put all of the bits back in it, but
He probably liked something.
Thank you, Poot.
He liked swash.
He probably had a catchphrase. We never learned it.
My name's Steed.
That would probably it.
It's Steve, whatever. All right.
Not worth the fight.
Yeah. So
Yes, I'm going. I think we're all going. Maybe we
Yes.
leave the red shirts
The
behind.
greeter
Yes.
waves you towards the pill, the apparatus.
But we're getting in the pill.
Yes, we will. You no need to walk. We're not barbarians here.
Interesting how they navigate it.
Man.
I'm very into this.
Keeps leaving out certain words that
I like the little noise he makes.
As do I. Sorry, let me try that again.
I'm interested to see how they
It's a
navigate these little
conversation
pills.
just to make
Is this
noises.
magic? Do I
So
sense
close.
magic? Does this
So
seem like?
close.
It sure looks like magic. It's just like hovering, and then like when it came to a stop, it rested down on the ground.
As we're going,
then-
I want to see if I can study its propulsion system.
Okay.
This goose wants to steal
yes.
something.
So you get inside. Are you taking any red shirts? Anybody with you aside from?
Do me a favor, Suni. Can you check your gold again? I don't know if we want to take. I was gonna.
I feel like we should just leave him.
that's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
They're probably going to be safer on the ship. We've already lost one.
All right. Captain Guido's like, I'll keep an eye on him.
All right, the goose has stolen something else. Anybody want to give something up for the goose? Chunky saw. I'm kidding.
Yes, the ship.
No, no.
Oh wait, I have a kraken.
I
Yeah,
will
you
give
have a kraken, and the goose just came and stole something, so you could combine it if you want to.
So
give it a
the
crossbow
bolt, a
the
crossbow
goose,
bolt. A crossbow bolt.
the goose. No, the kraken has arrived. The goose took the mooring stakes.
Oh, shite.
I mean, is that really such a problem? Because our
And so
ship
as you're-
kind of
as you're
navigates
floating
freely
away,
in the first
You see Captain Guido like standing on the aft, like nodding, and then he looks down, and the ship is like slowly separating from the Forge of Man, and he's like, he's like scratching his tentacles. Like, I don't know what's going on here. And as you kind of curve off towards the building, the ship is floating away.
Shit. Well, at least we left all the red shirts with Guido.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get on the MiFi? Was it too far away?
Now you're too far away. Between
it.
the ship moving away and the pill moving in the opposite direction. Yeah, you're too far.
So I'll just do the universal sign for. Why don't you just go around for a little while until we get done?
Circle.
Just circle the block.
Circle the block till we get back. Yeah.
All right.
Just keep circling.
The propulsion system, Bonnie.
Oh, the.
Oh, she left. All right, we'll skip the
tell-
propulsion system for now. The pill it's literally just like a metal thing with glass around it, so that you can see where you're going, and it just follows this metal track. That now you can see it in the ground, like it's clearer. Just out at the edge, it was all dirty and you couldn't see it.
How is it being controlled? Can I see the helm?
There's no control. Like the greeter is just standing there looking at you, talking about something about the history of evolution of blah blah blah. A lot of words you don't understand, things you've never heard of in the past. Every once in a while you get the man, yada yada, soft fleshy humans, blah blah blah.
Jimmy, you got a
Yeah.
soft fleshy.
Right.
Okay.
And then it kind of just curves and it goes into the building and it settles down and it opens up. The greeter's like, please step this way.
So,
Okay.
are we gonna have a discussion on how this is totally maybe a trap?
It's absolutely a trap.
Okay. Just as long as we're aware of it, I'm totally fine springing the trap as long as we are aware that it is a trap.
I'm
I like
just
that
going in.
attitude.
I mean, you think everything's a trap in my game.
Yeah.
So whatever.
It pretty much always is.
Yeah. Have I been wrong?
Plenty of times.
It's not a trap. It's called adventure.
That sounds like a trap with extra steps.
Yeah.
Side quest adventure. Main quest. You're on the main quest stream. Bonnie, the propulsion system is non-existent. You don't know. There's nothing, no moving parts that you can see.
I don't.
What
like
if
that.
it's
I
not
don't know.
actually moving the pill, but it's really moving all of the astral plane around the
it?
pill?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or at least just this Earth mode thing. Like the
Yeah.
whole,
So much
the whole
better.
Effect, the whole thing.
Well, that
moves,
makes
and
me
it
want
just
it
is there.
even more now. I want the world to revolve around me, and this is the way.
Perception. It's a perception thing. Yeah. Yep, perception
So, are
thing.
you suggesting we steal it? Because I may have services for your purchasing.
Maybe in a little bit after we get a body. I did it wrong.
More
So
coral
close.
essence.
So
More-
very
more
Is
close.
there like a tongue in there? I don't know how to do it.
No,
Good.
it's
Is
like
there two
"Aw,"
tongues?
like
Two tongues.
How many tongues are we
fingers.
talking here?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
Enough.
Body. I don't know. It depends on what you order, I guess, from the factory, from the Forge of Man. I mean. So you're in
How
a
many tongues do you want?
room, and lining the walls, there are dozens of people, creatures, cat person, dog person, whale person, turtle person, rat person.
Are they like talking, moving, walking, talking, or are they?
No, they're all just kind of standing up against the wall in alcoves
Mannequin
with like
style?
lights shining down. Yeah, sort of like mannequins, light shining down
A
on them.
showroom.
Yeah, like a
showcase.
showroom.
Oh.
Think of it
I'm
like
a
that.
little concerned that your work is fairly derivative.
Mine is or theirs?
Take your pick.
Both.
Whichever stings
Is-
less.
Hey, I'm
is
just
this gonna be
reading from
where
this,
we?
this book I picked up today, like from my
Did you
bookshelf.
write the book?
No, yeah,
Is-
well, I mean earlier. It's source material for the ideas that are.
I got you. It's all good. Okay.
Is this gonna do what we want it to do? Because I think I was under the impression that wanted to create the essence of themselves. I don't know. I guess, I mean, you can just choose one if you want to speed up the process, but I don't know if it's going to be the same.
The greeter like turns and says, "Please approach the desk, and all your questions may be answered there."
ooh.
And then the greeter
Oh, I like
back
this
in the
desk.
pill, and then the pill leaves again.
Oh, bye, Pill.
Or the earth bone. just
It has a lot of those 90
Right
degree
angles.
angles you were excited about.
Yeah.
Do you think the desk is just a desk, or the desk is an option for a body to be in?
The desk is actually like curving round,
Oh, never mind.
and there's like
Will
a
it be a
big
desk
flat
creature?
surface on.
Immediate disappointment.
It's like a short, fat can, basically. It's
Oh,
just
this
flat.
guy.
When you approach,
Same.
light flickers to, and then there's like there's a tall, thin, humanoid creature standing there saying, "Welcome to the Forge of Man. How may we assist you?
What kind of creatures?
What kind of creatures are you interested in?"
No, I mean, what kind of creatures are we talking to? Did you say?
They're made of light that just they kind of lit up on top of this.
What kind of cubes you got?
There are 17.
Do you have any shipping containers? Any like storage units that are geometrically angular?
Shipping and packaging is included with every new body made here at the Forge of Man.
Can we see the packaging
Yes.
that you offer?
Yes.
You must order something first in order to get the package.
Well, all right. So what are we talking?
What's your cheapest thing?
Well, how much? Hey,
And can we get the biggest?
how much does it
box for
cost?
it? That's what I just
Cat,
asked.
listen, Cat,
Swash.
you're gonna get the box. Just shh.
Yeah.
I want the box
box.
for our friend.
Yeah, sure.
Something is happening.
Even the hologram looks annoyed.
I'm experiencing joy.
I'm
Please
sad that
see
I
our
missed that the
FAQ.
first time round.
See
Welcome.
our FAQ for these variety of questions I am unable to answer.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
How much does it cost for you? All right. You want a square body?
Yes.
Do you have any square bodies?
There are 17 sentient races that have cuboid bodies
Oh.
17.
Can we flip
in
through
the
'em, or-
catalog.
Wait, just
Yeah.
out of curiosity, light person, is limited to an existing frame, or can customize?
Bespoke. Yeah.
The power of the forge is able to take one's essence and transform it into anything that they wish, provided that there is enough power and payment.
Does that sound like coalescing to you?
Yes.
Sounds
Enough,
more like
Yes.
coalescing than I thought it was going to be. Yeah,
enough
awesome,
power
great.
and payment?
Indeed,
What's payment?
everything has a cost.
Well,
Take
I know.
MasterCard?
How much would that? Yes.
It depends on the final product.
Ah, so we've
So
got
we're
to get
being
a
told
quote
that we
first.
have to, we have to get the process done so you can put us in debt. I know your schemes. This is
Light
fraud.
person.
I don't think this is fraud. I think this is
Your body just
capitalism.
agreed.
So
What
It's
about
like
a
draft
what
with
about a
extra
test
steps.
You
drive?
always agreed. with
Test
payment
drive.
up
Yeah.
front.
Like,
yes.
Just put me in some cubes, just for like a little.
Wait, are you saying we
while,
have to
and then
pay-
I'll totally come out again.
We have to pay after it happens, and we don't know how
Yes.
much it's going to pay until after it happens.
Correct, Swash. That's
As
why
the
we all
old
have a problem.
sales adage goes, if you have to ask, you cannot afford it.
Oh.
We can definitely afford it. How
Just
could you?
afford
don't
it?
We find,
even
how did we find the
suggest that
Richie
we
Richie
couldn't
part of
afford it.
Astral Plane? Like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
The only reason we have to ask is because this is a plane of immaterial wishes.
I'm gonna start
And
eating
we
the
don't
rich
know when this
right
is,
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna pick up a limb and just start gnawing on it. I
One
hate
of the-
this.
one of
Give
the-
me a light person.
I hate this so much.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
the
reach
light.
Assuming
through the-
they're
you
rich.
reach through the light person, and they change from blue to red, and they're like, "Warning! Warning! Security bots activated."
What if
Oh,
they're the working
good
class? You can't
job.
just go around eating them.
Tentacle twist.
Who's getting the twist, Father J? Is this happening? Are we getting security stuck on us?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got the
Okay.
5-0 called on us.
All right. Calm
All
down.
right.
Calm down. Nobody needs to be. I was just wondering if you were real.
To a random NPC for comedic purposes.
All right. We're gonna.
That's how they. I gave it to
Love
the
that.
hologram.
Oh no.
We don't give tentacle twists to NPCs. We'll roll
You'll
a die.
make the
we can roll a
rules.
die.
The twists are game breaking, and giving one to an NPC is game breaking.
I'm excited to see how that goes.
It's like a mini Kraken.
Nah, I wouldn't. I
Fine.
wouldn't do it that far. Public school, Father J. That's why you can't spell.
That's true.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So,
hey, I went to public school, you asshole.
I went to public school too, and I work for NASA, so there.
so say we all.
Learn goodly. I sure did learn goodly. All right, so
Apologies, light people. Is there a better way to address you?
I am the system. I am here to help you design the perfect body for your new friend.
Okay, the system. I suppose we should all just shut up for a minute and let make some specifications.
Yeah, get their cubes out here.
All right, so basically, the hologram person just stands there, and like 17 different types of cube creatures, and some have like tails, and some have arms and grippers, and some just have big mouths. Rawr, rawr, rawr. One has like a fish tail on it, but they're all like cuboid bodies for the most part.
Man, I want one of each.
Yeah.
How are you going to
Yeah.
choose? I mean, tails are sweet, but fins? Did you say one has fins?
What's this of elimination?
What if you?
One has like a fish, kind of like a fish tail on the back.
Which one has the most angles?
Do you have any octagon people?
Processing.
I want the one
The system
with
is
the
processing.
most angles.
If you have too many angles, then it just sort of becomes round again. So be careful of that.
Oh shit.
You
Yeah.
can go up to 20, I think.
Splines? Is that what
How many?
splines? I don't
What
think
you
that's what splines
are
are.
looking for would
Vertices?
be the
Yes.
Right angle.
I don't know. I took
Vertices.
2 weeks of a 3D modeling course once. I don't remember anything.
The dodecadrone. The dodecadrone. Yes.
Oh.
Third.
Can we get visual
patches, you have a new
representation
twist.
of the dodecahedron?
Oh.
I got it. I got it.
Thanks very much, Steve.
It shows you this fleshy 12-sided creature. There's an arm on 8 of the sides, and then not from the top or the bottom. Yeah, there you go. And each one is like holding a spear or another type of weapon. There's a bow and arrow and things like that.
What do you guys think?
Well, that's what I want to be.
I
in
think
next life.
I would pick the Deca that one too.
The deck of
Does it-
death.
The dodecadrone.
Decadrone.
Does
like
it
the
come with
Decadrone.
any baggage? Are there downsides?
To the dodecadrone?
Look how many angles
It's
there
a
are, though.
sentient metal, like a sentient metal
thing?
Do the weapons come included?
creature. No. It was just
Weapons are not included.
stock footage of the dodecadrone.
I feel disappointment.
If chooses this form is sorry, are they beholden to the masters of the dodecadrones?
Oh, is this a god's thing?
If the
the fact that drone is in the name is suggestive.
we here at Man use the essence of whomever it is that seeks their new body. It is up to them to decide what master they serve.
Oh, that's grand.
I think it's like a drone, as in like a flying
Small
robot
worker
dude.
bee.
In the
And not
dodecadrone
like a-
hierarchy, it is 5th in line. There are about 250,000 of them in existence. They serve
No
processing.
one. Oh.
That data is lost to time.
Oh.
Something called Primus.
Oh.
Could I get?
Is
I-
Primus a god because he sounds badass?
Yeah.
Primus
There, oh,
is
Mud.
A god. Creatures of superior ability are often seen by inferior creatures as gods. So to answer your question, he looks down at you, Patches. Yes.
No offense.
They think they're
Swash,
gods
but
now. Jesus, these people.
Primus sounds pretty cool. That's all I'm
Primus.
saying.
Pretty good music maker. Primus there.
A lot of bass.
Yes. That's a very
So
deep voice.
bassy.
That's why it's Primus, not Primus.
Well, what are you thinking?
Could you do two of them and just kind of like mash them together into like? I mean, that's a lot of angles, but I was kind of hoping for more angles.
A
Dual-
dodecahedron?
A duododeca drone.
Yeah, yeah.
Duodecadrone.
I don't have dice,
It's
but
like a
What about
You would have to merge them together. You would lose 2 faces in the process.
what
but you
about
would still have 22 sides?
what
The
about
angles will be
two
there internally,
dodeca drones in a trench coat?
include the trench coat.
Define trench coat.
Yeah.
Outerwear
Define that for
to
me as well.
conceal one's true form.
Oh no, I'm gonna show off all of my angles all the time.
Check out these angles, boys.
That's called flashing.
You've never seen angles like these before.
You wear it on 2 of your arms and then just sort of tie the rest up like a ponytail, and then you can have a tail with a couple of different like ripples in it, which are kind of like angles, but then everybody can see all of the rest of it. It works in my head.
It's more suggestive. It's like
Yeah.
sexy.
Exactly.
Can I get a
Wait,
test
wait,
drive?
wait.
A test drive would be amazing.
Certainly. Step forward to the factory floor.
Oh, okay.
And a door opens up in the wall behind them. So you're like you came in and there's
There we go.
bodies all around the
I knew I had it written down.
what? There's bodies all around the walls, and then there was this platform.
Careful
and
you don't have those hit the floor now.
There's a door in
Yeah.
the back wall.
All right, yeah, let's go through this mysterious door with the bodies all around it.
How could that go wrong?
Right. All right.
You got
So-
this.
You head through this doorway. and
We
as the-
are supportive.
as the last of you passes through, it goes. And it's dark.
This is a really sturdy place.
I'm sure
It's
that's fine.
Good place to take the break.
Okay.
As the trap is engaged, finally. Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, explain to me the trap again. I was lost in thought about maybe getting my own form.
It was
Jimmy
always a
thinks
trap.
Jimmy thinks everything's a trap.
Oh, okay.
In fairness, we
I
were
mean-
just sealed into a metal room, so
Well, they said go to the. They told you where you were going. The factory floor.
That doesn't mean they told us the truth.
Yeah. Well,
or that it's not a trap.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
see more? What's the idea? We're gonna see more shapes or something?
no.
No, we're
He's gonna get a
test
test
drive.
drive.
Oh, test
Yeah.
drive. Oh, I missed that
So he
part.
wants
Okay,
to,
okay.
He wants to get me. Wants to.
No,
test drive
no.
into a duodecadrone. 2 12-sided creatures merged together into one single creature.
No waiting.
Diomedes 1. 1 point, and I will kill Slash.
But it has to be in a channel
Dang,
command.
well, that's a bargain.
But it has to be some channel action that costs at least 1 point. That's a lich. You'll have to find the lich and ask them.
I think
with
I
that-
know how to do it.
Oh wait,
it's
the
locked in the
story so
box.
far.
Oh, you
Yeah,
want to do that?
but you
Diomedes
use
wants the
before or
story
after?
so far. We could do it after. It'll be good to do it after. We'll do it after.
All right, we will be back in 10 minutes with a story. The story so far.
A synopsis.
Wink.
I was a sailor boy, and a tale to you I'll tell. It's all about the things I saw down in the diving bell. Down in the diving bell at the bottom of the sea, there lives a pretty mermaid the fishermen like to see.
Flip the sign to closed. Okay, we can do that. Close. God damn it! God damn it! Ah! No!
Classic Viva moments. Viva la Dungeon.
I'm arriving!
I'm showing up.
I'm almost there!
I'm landing.
I'm checking in!
I'm reaching.
I'm emerging!
I'm dropping anchor.
I'm developing!
Grandma's here.
What?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Do you got a towel?
Do we need one?
I do. Hey, everybody, get in the pot. In the pot.
You want to get in the pot, man.
You gotta get in the pot. Yeah.
I forgot what I was supposed to say.
What are we even doing right now?
Am I a fruit right now? I think I'm a fruit.
Someone's at the door. I think
You
it's
look
cops.
like a fruit.
Get in the pot.
Oh my!
It's the cops.
Oh my god!
It's the cops.
Whoa!
It's the popo.
Too much going on right now. I don't even know.
Classic Viva moments. Viva la Dungeon. Classic Viva moments. Hey there, bud. It's me, the Sword. Yeah, I'm Bill. I'm magic. We're gonna win Viva. Now put me in your butt. What? Yeah, that's right. It's how the magic works. I'm kidding. Am I? Viva la Dungeon.
I was a sailor boy, and a tale to you I'll tell. It's all about the things I saw down in the diving bell. Down in the diving bell at the bottom of the sea, there lives a pretty mermaid the fishermen like to see.
in the saddle again.
Welcome to part 2 of this insanity. Sooner or later, something will actually happen. I don't know what's going on.
So we're in a big metal room now?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, me. My cabin girl just brought me some cheese and olives. I'll be with you in a moment.
You have a cabin girl?
Yeah, a very expensive one.
One day she'll grow up to be a cabin woman.
And then I'll be in trouble. Be fending off all the pirates. Or pirates. All right. So, the story so far is owed due to, I think it was diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes, yep. All right. Here's the story so far. Last session, the Swashbucklers died. But they fell into their bodies, which Captain Guido had brought into the astral plane while on the ship, Shippy McShipfaced. Because we don't have a name for the ship.
Shippy.
Shippy McShipfaced. She's ship-faced.
I guess.
And,
Azul Halud.
You call it Azul Halud. You didn't ever ask the ship if it wanted to be called Azul Halud.
Well, this is the first time we know that it can talk.
Not true.
This is the first time it's
Patches
spoken to us.
knew.
Patch is new. Well, now it's on the MiFi.
And then we learned, and then we immediately went into the astral plane.
Now it's on the MiFi, so it can communicate with everybody.
There we go.
So, I guess we'll find out what the ship wants to be named sooner or later.
Probably.
So, in addition to that, a puddle that's been on the deck for a while had rose up and turned out to be a sentient creature called played by our ship's guest this week, and wants to go to the Forge of Man in order to have a solid form created for them to inhabit or to become. So the merged with Patches, who now had like a red hot spike in his head as he to steer the pilot the
Metaphorical.
ship. Well, metaphorical and emerging. I think it was pretty intimately physical. Like one envelope the other.
Oh.
And then there's like the mental spike. Anyway, so the ship got to the Forge of Man, apparently, we think. And Steed got killed by a red beam of light that created a huge hole in him. And then the goose came by and stole the mooring stakes, and so the ship has floated off. While the crew was in a metal and glass pill moving around to this smooth gray stone building, which they are now inside. When they got to the first room in the showroom, there were example types of creatures all along the walls until they talked to a light person, a person made of light, who started giving them some options. They asked about cubes because wanted to be a cube. And eventually settled on a duodecahedron body, which is two 12-sided things merged together into one creature, technically a 22-sided person, object, creature at that point. I don't know. And so the light being said, indeed, step onto the factory floor. And they did. They went through this door, and then the door closed, and that's where we are right now.
It'd be 36-sided.
Two 12 sides does not equal 36 sides.
Oh, I thought it were two 20-sided ones.
Oh, no. That's a dodecahedron is a 12-sided creature, or a 12-sided solid.
It is not.
Duodecahedron is a 20-sided.
Yeah,
I suppose
dodecahedron
you're
is
right.
12, yeah. I didn't know the name for a 20-sided one until now. But
Well,
now that we know that
90%
20
sure
sides
it's
is an option.
duodecahedron. Duodecahedron versus
Welcome to
dodecahedron.
Basic Geometry.
We're all
Cleans and
terrible.
Clean Sounds with your host, Captain Guido.
Apparently,
Please turn to your textbooks page.
I cannot count
104.
to 20 sides.
apparently
but,
20 is icosahedron.
Oh, yeah, icosahedron. That's right. Icosahedron is 20. Dodeca is a 12. All the other ones are really easy, like octahedron and cube and tetrahedron. And then you get
And then they
into
go
dodeca.
ISO.
Dodecaihedron.
There will be a test at the end of the episode.
Isododecahedron.
At least it doesn't count like French.
Icosahedron. All right. So,
What's the French?
Oui.
Oui.
Decker.
Get.
So a duodecahedron is now a 22-sided solid, according to canon.
Okay.
All right. You have stepped through this door, and you're in this large, shiny room. There's lights, like light beams.
Are they like
on the
people or
ceiling
just light
shining
beams this
down.
time?
They're just light beams.
Okay.
Lights
Is there a way
shining
that we can
down.
tell the difference?
I don't know if you
Other than
can.
just like talking at them and see if they talk back.
Sure. They're not
Okay.
humanoid. They're just like bars.
Right.
Light up there.
Yeah.
I actually do have a thing I'd like to ask them if I can get one in, like, off to the side, whilst it's doing their test run.
Okay. I mean, you don't currently see. There's a bunch of moving parts and things going on here. And there's like metal creatures in various sizes moving around, assembling parts of things that you're not really sure what any of it is that's going on.
So none of them are beings anymore?
Well, they're all beings of some sort.
They're all busy. Okay.
They're all just busy. They're not. There's like no light-based being in front of you.
Does any of this look like my body?
What do
you're,
you feel?
you're not sure. You're standing there for a minute, and then like two metal creatures come up and try to clamp onto you, and you like just part of you falls off and merges back into your body, and they just keep trying to do it. Like they don't comprehend.
Do you think this is their language? Like they communicate by just like cutting pieces off of you?
I hope
That would
not.
be. I wish to learn this language.
You would.
Gross.
You would. Okay, but then you have to teach me.
Not
So you
better.
pass judgment, but take none for yourself. I see how
Correct.
it is.
They just keep doing this.
Do we need
They're
to?
trying to take stuff from. It's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're trying to grab and take them somewhere.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
maybe you should go with them.
Hello. You think so?
Yeah, just.
You just sort of.
Is it because of like you're not fully like solid?
Corporeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Okay. I'm just gonna go in this direction.
All right.
Is this good?
They kind of grab you and you start moving with them, and they trundle along, and they take you to an opening in this giant machine in the middle of the room. A giant metal box in the middle of the room, and it's making all kinds of sounds. And there's like a faint glow coming from the middle of it.
Hey,
Oh.
Ooh.
none of us know how much they even take as currency here. By the way.
No.
Yes.
That'll make it very
but you
easy to
know-
stiff the bill.
Yeah, exactly. Patches is on it. You know, everything is free if you just leave.
Okay. They
the
shot
What are
a
they gonna
giant
do,
laser
ya?
out of the building itself.
They can't laser all of us.
Insta-gibbed somebody. Okay.
Challenge accepted. Can't laser all of us.
It's just like the Area 51. They can't stop all of us from trying to get.
I'm pretty sure they could by shooting you all.
I'm gonna go
They
look in that
didn't.
box.
All right, so there's a large metal box, and there's like an entryway, and there's a glow from the inside, like a. What two colors did we already have? Red and blue. There's a green glow inside. It's green glow inside, and then like there's a series of like tubes and stuff, and it connects to part of a machine further in the back that you can't see. Everybody. And
I'm sure
Yes.
that's all fine.
Yeah, this looks great.
Totally trustworthy.
Do we know how we can get out of here just in case this goes south for this guy?
Chunky salsa.
Not an idea in our,
Chunky
in our
salsa.
whole lives.
It's a
Swash,
great
you trying
answer
to have
right
a
away.
trying to have a look around there, Swash?
Yeah, I want to look around. Yeah, I want to see if we have any kind of way out of here.
Okay, you see what appear to be it's a like a square room, rectangular room. There seems to be a doorway in each of the other walls, including the wall that you came in. So there's 3 other doorways apparently.
I'm gonna go just kind of Mr. Bean my way over to try outdoors.
Left, ahead, or to the right?
Ahead.
All right, so you walk all the way across the floor of this room. You see like a creature being assembled, like piecemeal, like a conveyor belt pieces. As soon as they put the head on, these tiny little like shiny silver spider creatures come on and start like putting it together, and the head instantly starts screaming once it's attached.
Is this beyond the door I was
I
just
like
about to
that
go
one.
through, or
No, you didn't even get to the door yet.
Oh,
This is
okay.
just like what you see on the other side of the room as you get there. You're like, oh my
jeez,
god!
okay.
Like you
I
see
don't
like
like
flashes
that.
of light and sparks, and they're like adding body parts onto this person
Yeah.
as it goes by, and it's got like 4 arms, and then it's got like 2 12-foot long hairy legs, and they have these really vicious claws at the end. But the body is like regular sized, and the head is like skin is like peeled back, and you can kind of see inside it and stuff.
Jesus.
And it's
This
still
place is
screaming.
fun.
It's kind of horrifying. Yeah, and it's screaming, loudly.
Great.
For everybody else who's way back by the door, there's so much other noise going on. You don't really notice this.
Maybe this will be a little more.
And you get to the door in the back, right? All right, so you get to the door in the back, and
Yeah. Open that sucker up.
all right, so you get to the door in the back, and you try to open it, and it seems like there's no handles or anything. There's just 2 shiny metal doors, similar to what you saw after the Stercorarius sunk.
Oh
Right.
my word.
So I walk up to him. Oh wait, there was a pad nearby, if I remember.
Ah,
so I look
yeah,
for like a box
Yep.
nearby or something.
You go and you look on the wall, and there's like a thing on the wall, like a little box.
I'm gonna go down and look at it. Maybe it has something to do with my face.
There's like there's like a big dark square, and then like 3 sectioned areas below it.
I start pushing things.
All right, the dark square lights up, and as you're standing there, a blue light goes across your face. Like you kind of like flinch a little because it's really bright, and then it goes back down, and a red light says burp burp. A red light flashes, and it says burp burp.
You're not so great looking yourself. Okay. If I button mash.
Mash, 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 mash. Bzz, burp burp. Bzz, burp burp.
Okay. Do these other doors have the same thing? Do I see the other doors have the same kind of thing around them?
Yeah, you can kind of, the one to the left wasn't too far away when you walked past it. You remember it looked very similar to this. It was just like a single panel. This is you're at like a double panel.
Sure, but they all had the boxes next to them with the black square. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to the party.
All right. All right. Yeah.
I think your first plan's right, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Give me as a
The
plan.
way out of the direction out of here is chunky salsa.
Do you
I
see
love
any?
the sound of that.
The box on the wall is pretty low, if that helps.
Well, maybe we should try and
You were like
boost its
standing there, you had to
self-esteem.
like crouch down and.
So,
get
are you
your
saying
face
I
in
can
front of it.
grab one of these things that are wandering around? or
Well, I was saying, like, at the doors, the box wasn't like head height. It was
oh,
much lower.
oh, but you said I had to turn my face though.
Because the first time the light scanned, it got you in the eye. You were like, "Oh, that's bright."
So it's scanning my legs, is what you're telling me?
Well, you were bent down looking at it.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to stay in focus on here. So you're bent down looking at it, and the light went, bzzz, and you were like, "Ooh."
Right.
Is it Bonnie height?
But it's like Bonnie height.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Maybe
go
you
try.
should go say hi to it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go say hi.
All right. You walk over and you say hi to it, and nothing happens.
Rude. This
Maybe
is
a
rude
different
machine.
greeting.
Heck you, box.
Heck you, box. See what I'm saying? They're rude. We'll blow it up. What's going on with
No, wait. What did you do to make the light happen? Did you push buttons, right?
I pushed the buttons, yeah.
I'm gonna push a button.
All right, you push
A
a button, and a blue line scans down the front of this black square. Bzzz, burp, burp, red light, red light.
I think we have to be something that it recognizes. Like
Can I pull the panel off of the wall?
Bonnie,
That sounds
See
like a
the
die
wiring
roll. Sounds
beneath
like a
it.
die roll.
but Bonnie, okay.
Does sound like
We
colossally
do
poor
want to get
thinking.
through whatever this is, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what's going on with? Are they giving him a new body, or what's going on?
You turn and you look at as their body gets sucked into this hole in the big.
Ah!
Then you hear
Okay.
like a. And then you see, like, you happen to look up and you see, like, in the tube, what looks like goes flowing by through the wall and into the other something on the other side of this wall with the double metal panels. All right, Bonnie, you want to like tear off the box?
Yeah,
and, like,
I
have a look
want to hotwire the
inside?
door.
Give me a Tinker's Tools roll on the left-hand side of your character sheet and use intelligence. How about that?
Okay.
Don't
Oh, wait,
steal
hold
the
on.
chair.
Let me Tinker's Tools. Intelligence. 23.
You pry it off and you look at it and you're like, oh, it wanted like an appendage of some sort pressed up against it.
Oh.
And you do that and it scans your hand and the door opens.
Oh,
Great.
Okay, all right.
Howdy.
I don't know why it is okay with me going. This is just terrible security practice, but we're gonna go with it, and I'm not gonna mention
What's
it.
on the other side?
I mean, you did tear it partially apart.
I did. You're right.
So-
It should still not do that.
So you broke it, is what I'm saying. You broke it.
Oh,
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
So you kind of broke it. You look into this other room, and there's like
Improved it.
piles of what you can only assume to be body parts of creatures.
Do they smell or are they artificial?
They're just getting scooped up and thrown into a vat. And at that time, you see like something go through a tube above your head towards the vat.
Oh. Does not
just
answer
like-
my question.
Like it's like a
but
big crane game going on. Like, they
Okay.
pick up a bunch of stuff. And
Is it-
drop
is
in
it,
this
like-
thing.
bloody viscera?
Yeah, there's multiple colors of what could be blood,
Okay.
some type of bodily.
So they're
fluids and
actual body parts.
This episode written
No,
by David
okay.
Cronenberg.
I was gonna say. Cool. All right.
meanwhile, I'm out in the other room, blissfully unaware of all of this.
Sure, Patches.
You want to come
Patches
see a
and
body
Jimmy are
part crane
standing.
game?
Patches and
Patches?
Jimmy are standing in the factory floor. The
I'm
main,
gonna go
the
back
main
out.
floor there.
Guys, there's a body part crane game. You got to come see it. I don't even know if you guys know what a crane game is, but
That
we had them in
sounds
the secret
disgusting.
halfling underground gambling ring. So I guess it's not really a secret anymore. So
The passive.
I'm gonna
Jimmy, maybe.
hard pass on that.
I'll go with
you're
you.
just gonna
I'll go
Jimmy,
check
you
it
see
out.
something moving around in the shadows.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then coming towards you, you see like a head on a hand, and it's like running at you. And then behind it, there's like a leg with a clawed hand, like hopping towards you as well. And then you see other wrong combinations of body parts like moving around and all kind of converging.
Are they moving
on all of you.
threateningly?
They're converging on your location.
The hell is that?
That
What?
seems threateningly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Should I be
Horrifying
offended or
Sid stories.
pleased that they're attracted to you and not me?
Well, you're standing
I-
next to them, so they're converging on your location too.
Hmm.
Bonnie was like walking up, you two were there, Swash was checking the door. You're all kind of in 20, 30 feet of each other, and now there's all these things moving towards you.
Well, there's a simple solution here that I don't think anybody else has seen as I pull out my pistol and shoot one.
All right, roll the hit.
Where? There it is. That is a good old 16 to hit.
Yeah, you blast into, like, you blast part of the arm. It's like arm here. It's like arm here, and then on the bottom there's like leg. And you kind of blast a big chunk of it off, but it's still like hopping towards you.
Oh no!
And the claws like, bruh.
Oh
Jeez.
no!
And you suddenly see like dozens of these things. Like they're coming from one specific area you can't see around the giant metal box that got into. It's an onomatopoeia sword day here on the Swashbucklers.
I would like to attempt to use our mind link to ask if they're all right and to tell the crew to bring the ship round.
The ship is too far away
far away from my tribe. Okay.
for my fight. Yeah.
Well,
Remember, it's
here
like a-
was my thought.
it's a
What
limited-
if, what if in this moment, I'm so desperate for my beloved ship that
Tentacle
a
twist.
tentacle twist goes off
Oh, okay.
and allows us all to connect within the space? Since we're all in separate rooms, if we had perfect telekinesis or
Telepathy.
telepathy, thank you,
Communication.
the other one.
Yeah.
If we all had
You,
our cell phones,
Telepathy.
Right.
if we all had perfect telepathy, we could coordinate in separate spaces.
That is an excellent use of a tentacle twist. You hear Captain Guido say something about buzzing the tower. You're not sure what that means, but he clearly heard you. You hear him loudly in your heads yelling orders to the red shirts.
Why?
Who the hell taught you how to tie a knot? What is wrong with you? Why are
Jimmy
you crew on
did.
my ship? Get out! Walk off the edge of the ship.
Excuse me, are you firing our red shirts? My dude.
Jesus Christ.
They're blasted idiots. They don't even know how to tie a knot. No, not like that.
Do you know how to tie a knot?
Oh, you're not
I
there.
cannot not.
Oh, I thought I was braining.
You're braining, but it's like, verbal communication. It's not. We haven't really done telepathic visual communication.
Oh, that's fair.
It's just like
We haven't needed
getting a
it
walkie-talkie.
until now.
Just like it's like walkie-talkie MiFi. All right, so that's
You
going off.
needed that,
Patches. Patches, you make contact with. Now that we're back to you,
How am I doing?
you're great. You're great. You're like, hey, this is fun.
like
You've
a water
been in a
slide.
situation like this in your life. Usually, it's like on an incline, and it usually ends in like murky water or something, not intelligent stuff. You land there, you talk to it, it never moves. In this case, you're moving towards something that seems very warm,
Ooh.
and it's like glowing with green light.
I'm excellent right now. I'm a cylinder.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's
And
not
moving
very
very
many
quickly.
angles.
No, but it does have planes.
That's true. That's true.
Just
But so you're
And a
well.
circumference.
Yes, I'm moving towards a thing.
Can you see anything outside of where you're a cylinder?
Let me move my little discs around. Actually, those don't see anything. Yeah, I have no idea.
that was like, yeah, we never established how you see, but you do. You see.
I perceive.
Blind sight.
The cylinder, the tube that you're in, is going towards this giant other cylinder, much bigger, and that seems to be the glow, where the glow is emanating, and you're getting very close to it very fast now, and your body is starting to change states of matter from mostly liquid to somewhat gaseous. This is a brand new experience for you.
I think it's working.
I think it's probably unpleasant. It tastes like burning.
Something is happening. Something is not good. I do not like this state at all.
Right. We're coming to save you. Everyone look around. Do you
I think
see
he's just part of the process.
anywhere?
I think it's just part of the process. I think we just let it go. He's getting changed, right? It's gonna be weird.
Are you not getting a sinister sensation out of what's happening just now?
You
getting
trust
a
all the
sensation.
wrong things, Swan.
No, I feel kind of peaceful here.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
I'm not surprised.
Oh
There's
shit.
25 strange amalgamations of body parts lurch into view around Swashbucklers, around the Swashbucklers,
Nope.
and start attacking.
Great.
What? Hey, are there any light beings around? What's going on?
Nope, no
This is
light
terrible.
beings.
Oh,
Tech
These,
support.
like
Security.
hastily sewn together or melded together body parts. Hand on skull. The skull is like biting you, and then it jumps up, and the hand tries to punch you. The foot hops over.
hell
and
no,
the
it's not.
clawed hand
Seals
on top.
Seals is having a heyday. This
Are
is
they
a
kind
moving.
of ineffective? Like, do
buffet.
we care?
We're gonna do a real quick combat round here.
Is everyone okay out there?
Real quick combat round.
Peachy Keen. Ooh.
Yeah.
Please
Very
Got
hold.
initiative in before I could even clear it. Good job. Okay. All right, I'm gonna roll for the enemies. There's a lot of them.
Should I also be rolling or no?
Nah, you're fine right now.
Okay.
You're in the process, as it were. I'm just gonna shuffle everyone around here by hand. Let's see.
Process.
Bonnie, Seals, Jimmy, Swash, enemies, Patches. All right, Bonnie. Strange amalgamations of. You're like if an artificer worked in body parts and was experimenting with new forms. That's what these things feel like to you.
Thanks. I hate it.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Do these things look vaguely burnable?
Yeah,
Are they
they look
metal?
like they're made of flesh of
Okay.
various types of creatures and
Great.
stuff.
Great. I'm gonna go ahead and summon my Eldritch Cannon as a flamethrower.
All right, that's a bonus action, I believe.
It's an action to summon it.
Oh, action is something, then bonus action to tell it what to do right away, right?
Correct.
All right.
But I'm gonna go ahead and use a tentacle twist to take another turn.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm gonna summon my Eldritch Cannon and ask it to. I think I just ask it to move and attack as the bonus round. That sounds right. I'm just
you
gonna
can
do
have
it.
an attack. I mean, if you're going to drop a tentacle twist, then you could have it take 2 rounds and do 2 attacks. If you want.
That's what I'm thinking about doing. Yeah.
Massive gouts of flame.
So I'm gonna just roll twice for it, and then I'll take my second normal action after that.
Sure.
So first one, they have to make a DC 14 Dexterity save.
They don't have to do anything because you used a tentacle twist, and your
that's
your
right.
cannon is a special weapon according to the combat. Just roll me a d20 twice. Roll me a d20 2 times, or 2 d20s. It's whatever.
Roll 2d20. Roll. 2 into 16.
All right. The first gout of flame roasts 4 of these things, just like melts them to goo, and smells like bacon on the cooking in a pan. The second one, 2. The second gout of flame gets another 3 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 of these 25 things just like melted to meat slag.
Great.
Pink slime. Gross.
And then
I like meat slag.
Meat slag
Meat
may
slag.
be the most upsetting thing you've said in a while.
Really? I fully appreciate the meat slag.
I try to say 7 upsetting things every session.
Noted.
uh,
All right, so you're gonna shatter.
I was just trying to read the spell description. I think I'm gonna Scorching Ray.
All right, scorching ray.
Bonnie on the fire game today.
It's
All
a
right.
22 to hit.
That's roll me a d. Pause. Roll me a
2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, no. Just roll me a d6 plus 2, and that's how many of these things you're gonna slag. Meat slag. Meat slag.
Slag into meat?
It's my new death metal band, Meat Slag.
Meat slag.
Meat slag.
All right, you scorching ray. It goes right through a couple until it meat slags the 4th one.
Great. And then I'm going to take a free action to cackle like a madwoman.
Sold.
Great. That's my turn.
Seals.
Yeah, Seals is gonna have a heyday. This is a mobile meat buffet. He's going for it.
All
He's gonna eat as much.
buffets mobile if you try hard enough.
He's gonna eat as much as he can.
Street tacos. That's a mobile buffet. Oh, that's a natural 20.
He's a very hungry boy.
20.
He's been in the astral plane for quite a while.
Roll me a d6 plus 2. He just ate the first one. Whole.
5.
And another 5 are dead.
Nice.
So that's 5 plus the one that he swallowed, a whole 6. 6 more dead of these creatures. That leaves 8 left.
Okay.
He's like jumping around like like when you have a puppy and it knows that you got a toy in it and you're gonna throw it. And it's like he's doing that, and he thinks all of these are his toys, and so he's just chomp, 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 chomp. Jimmy.
Yummy, tasty toys.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Oh, you might have an upset stomach later. Oh yes. Ship's bacon. Oh, bosun. Jimmy.
Yes.
What are you up to?
I am thinking.
These things are like clawing up on you, and they're not like petting you. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
digging into your flesh.
I think I'm just gonna start grabbing them and shoving them into my bag of devouring.
Okay.
I believe I still have that.
All right. Make a strength check to kind of like.
God.
No. Yeah. Your strength against theirs to see if you can grapple them and throw them into the bag.
Come on. 9.
You reach down to grab them, and they all grab onto you.
Oh no.
There's like I'll say, let's say there's 8 left. So I'll roll a d4, and
I'm
just one manages to actually hold on to you.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird 3-fingered hand. The middle one has like a giant claw, and it's attached to like 2 other hands that it uses to run on.
Pretty sure I fought one of those in Elden Ring.
Just making stuff up here on the fly. On the fly. Tentacle twist. Who got a tentacle twist? Oh boy. Are we gonna have a 2 Kraken day? 2 Kraken day. 2. I don't know. We have less than an
Have
hour
we
left.
resolved the first one?
The first Kraken?
Yeah, it's the ship floating away.
It's the ship floating away in Steed's death.
Oh, that's why Captain Guido's so mad.
I hope you guys are happy with yourselves. We're killing Steed.
Probably.
Killed Steed. Like, okay, here's another one. So Jimmy, what are you up to? You had all this time to think about what you were gonna do.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm gonna burn one of my tentacle twists. And I'm just gonna bamf around stabbing them.
Okay. So tentacle twist. Normally you'd get 3 bamps.
Yes.
Roll me a d6.
D6. That's a 2.
Get an additional 2 bamps. So you can do 5 bamps. So
I will do 5 bamps to kill, to stab.
Ooh, what? Oh no!
Oh.
Got a new body and it's mine. Get out of my body!
Adam's camera blipped for a second. I wonder if that's what did it.
Traveling through the pipes.
It's hilarious.
Every pipe.
Get out of my pipes! I have plans for those. 5d20s there.
5d20s.
Jimmy Cat.
Ooh, I see.
There's a
9,
20. So you can roll
20.
me a 1d6. Oh, roll me a 1d6 and 2d4. You're probably going to get them all.
1d6.
Yeah.
2d4.
Yep. Bam, 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 bam. And you just like slice them all into pieces as you go.
I want to cut them at their stitches.
Okay.
Cause that's, that's taking away the pride of the craftsman.
Right. All right.
Leave it to you to find the more hurtful way to do
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
I'm not gonna
Get
be
where it
disrespectful while I murder them.
We're not going to leave
You'd be more
combat just
disrespectful
yet.
if I did it.
Swash, Jimmy's bamfing around. Looks like he's going to take out the rest of them. Oh, now,
Yeah,
look at.
yeah.
He's just taking everybody's. Now he's Patches. Now he's fine. Hey,
There we go.
knock it off.
perfect.
Completely planned.
And then like half his face disappears, which I love.
It's true.
That'd be like me wearing like this, like half on. Hello, everybody.
How does this one work?
Well, so can
Slash, you see like more shadows moving towards you.
I want to
your location.
oh, really? Okay. Okay. Then I'll do what I was originally going to do. I'm going to call out, take a moment, focus, and I'm going to call out to my golden octopuses to surround me. In 30 feet, I think.
That's a real sentence, everybody.
Golden octopuses.
Yes.
I think it's spiritual guardians.
Yeah, it's spirit gardens, but
They're
they can
spirit
take on
gardens.
whatever shape.
Spirit
I want.
gardens.
Spirit gardens.
Spirit
Welcome to
Spirit.
Spirit Gardens.
I'm your host.
Oh, 15 feet. And anybody comes in,
Giant octopus.
When
takes
you're here, you're home.
got to take a wisdom saving throw or take 3d8 radiant damage
Golden
on a successful
octopus and
save.
Wisdom. Whiz saving throws.
Yes. On a successful
Okay.
save, the creature takes half as much damage. So just
How
keep
long does
them-
that last?
I think it's concentration.
It's 10 minutes.
Okay.
So everybody stand in the
we can
15
drag
feet.
this combat out for 10 minutes.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
you get to choose who they target. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you're
it's
can
like,
have them not damage.
yeah,
friends,
all friends are
enemies.
good and an enemy's bad.
Yeah. What's Jimmy?
Yeah. For now, friend.
Answer carefully.
One whacks him. You're like, no, not that one. All right. So these things are whipping around because it's going to be their turn. Or your golden octopuses are whizzing around, and every once in a while, like something gets hit by them out on the perimeter. And there's just like sprays of gore and blood and bone shards and stuff. And it just keeps going and going, and it's getting more and more like. At first, it was like dunk, 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 dunk.
Oh, we're full popping now.
And there's in one area, there's just like a big
Racist
red mist of viscera, just like flying through the air in all directions currently. You can't even count like how many are hitting it right now.
Like flop them.
And everybody's staying in the 15 feet, right? Everybody's keeping their arms and legs in the 15 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
I am now.
And Patches.
All right. So, you mentioned that there was like a pillar they were coming from, or that was blocking where they were coming from.
They were coming around the big box that got sucked into.
All right. I would like to shoot that box with chunkier salsa.
All right, fire away.
I don't know what that was, but it wasn't me.
That first one is horribly wrong. It gets swatted by one of the spirit guardians on accident. Roll me a d8, and then the second one hits the machine. And I'll tell you what happens there.
3.
So it goes out and it gets hit by a spirit guardian, and it flies off into one of the far corners of the room, and you hear the distant whoomp that the grenades make.
Oh.
The other one goes tink tink and lands right in front of the thing, and like slowly starts getting sucked into that hole in the front. Just as it goes whoomp, and the whole box explodes, metal shrapnel everywhere, and the tube that was running up starts falling down piece by piece by piece, and it just like clink 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 all the way to the wall where those two doors are that Bonnie had opened because she broke it.
All right. I've still got Chunky Salsa trained on that spot. Can I see through the space now?
Yeah, you see like another one of these tubes, and it's just like burger, 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 funk, burger, 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 funk, burger, burger, funk, and one
so
of
just
these
spitting out
creature
these
things are like coming out. Yeah. So now between you all, you kind of have the whole what's going on here, where the crane machine is picking up body parts, throwing them into something, they're getting assembled, and then they're getting pooped out. They're getting dropped out of this tube in your room, and all the body parts in the construction machine is in the other room.
All right, everyone. This thing is broken, and
we tip over the vat of body parts.
We now need to get it fixed before gets turned into an abomination.
I got this.
Makes sense.
All right. So
what happens?
It's just like every 5 seconds it's spitting another one out. And they're slowly like building up. Give me, since you're looking in that direction there, Patches, roll me a perception check, like an active perception. Or yeah, that's fine. Perception check.
Seven.
I see. All right, your turn's done.
Pleased to have been here.
I'm glad you're alive again for now.
So pleased.
All right. So right now there's no combat. It looks like these things are gonna start coming towards you again. So
Okay.
Swashbucklers, ponder that for a moment. You're getting to the bend in the tube that goes down into the much larger cylinder.
Exciting.
Okay. Are you going to do anything? Are you going to resist? Or are you going to just go with the flow, as it were?
I'm gonna. Can I sort of like press on the sides of the tube right at the bend and just sort of like scope out what is next?
Yeah, when you look down, you see a giant glowing object in the middle. And you feel it like pulling your life essence kind of into it right now. And parts of you are like evaporated or boiling. Your part of you is like boiling off into gaseous form. at the same time. So you're like slowly slipping down this tube, but it's like the glowing object below you is like, "Come and I shall remake you into a new form."
That is what you
Like
wanted.
kind of hear it in your head, or you feel it in your soul, as it were.
Oh,
got
no,
a
no,
soul?
I'm having second thoughts now. This might be very. Ah, shit! I'm gonna go for it. Ah!
As you rain down onto it and you touch it, it just kind of absorbs you,
Whoa.
and everything goes bright white for a moment. All right, swashbucklers.
So they're gonna keep coming, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it looks like they're piling up and they're just making their way over all the wreckage that Patches just made by blowing up a bunch of stuff.
Are we
What
gonna
do you reckon? Should I blow up the other one?
I say we get out of here. I think we gotta start trying to get out of here.
Well, we can't leave behind.
This is where he wanted to go. It wanted
This
to
is
go.
not what. This is not. I don't think.
Kind of cold-hearted.
It was a puddle on our deck. We took it to where it wanted to go. Are you gonna die for the puddle?
It wants to be a duodecahedron, and we said we'd help it.
We did. We took it to the only place in the world that can have it happen.
No
Not leave
puddles left
jobs
behind.
undone.
No puddles left behind.
I'm pretty sure you've left plenty of puddles.
Not without my puddle. Jesus.
Yeah, but none of them had cute little round eye thingies that aren't really eyes.
He was right.
And
Those
he doesn't-
discs were very endearing.
They're not even discs. They're just like metal
Choruses.
rings, sort of.
Their washers are very endearing.
They're like wash.
All right, well, come with me. Look, we got 10 minutes on my guardians. They're gonna kill everything that comes in within 15 feet. Let's move towards where we think it is.
So now, yeah, Bonnie, it's up to you to tell us how to fix it.
Great.
This is clearly a thing that is not doing what it's designed to do.
Awesome. Okay. I need to diagnose the problem first. Okay. So, the way that it is working now, the body parts are coming in and they are being spat out, but not in the place where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, as far as you can
Okay.
tell, that part that you saw, like the crane game thing, is just like stuffing them into some machine, and that machine is just hastily making things and spitting them out.
Okay. I don't think that's the machine that we want, or the machine is misconfigured. So, I want to go look at that machine.
Okay.
Do I need to kill anything on my way there?
I can take
no,
you
'cause-
if you want to go. Like
Okay, yeah, let's go.
everybody this way.
Yep.
On it.
There's like 4 of you in this
Yeah.
tiny little space, like.
Just-
How are you feeling now?
I
Yeah,
can
you don't.
see.
You don't. Yeah, it's some gibberish that you don't quite understand.
That sounds bad.
I don't
I realize
understand
he
this
would-
emotion, but
I realized it were a puddle not long ago, but that seems less articulate than usual.
correct.
It's quite the articulate puddle.
Okay,
I mean, do
so
we have enough data to really prove that?
machine
Machine, yes, machine.
settings. Is there like a control panel?
As the 4 of you like go through the open door that you had broken and opened, Swash, you feel a change in your golden octopuses. Instead of like hitting things on the ground, they're starting to hit things like in the air.
Oh shit.
You want to like poke your head out and have a look?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. Do you remember the creature that was on the conveyor belt with like 12-foot long hairy legs
Oh,
and
no.
giant claws?
Yeah.
It's like picking these things up and throwing them at you by the handful.
Oh.
Remind me
It's-
to
it's got,
recruit
like-
your spirit guardians for my softball league.
And it's just like horking them at your spirit guardians, testing the boundaries right now. Blah, 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 blah. And you're not sure what else it's thinking or doing.
How far away is it?
It's about 30, 40 feet from, from where it's throwing things at the edge of your. It's like moving forward, throwing something, moving forward, throwing something.
How far can I throw my trident?
That's a great question. I would say you can probably chuck it a good. Well, trident as a basic 5e weapon has a range of 20, 60. At 60, you'd have disadvantage. 20 feet, you would have just standard attack. So up to 60 feet, it's like a 15 foot plus 30. It's 45 feet away from you, so it would be a standard thrown.
It'd be a standard throw, not a disadvantage throw?
Right, because it's not at the 60 foot.
Let's give it a shot.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or is it? I don't know. Yeah, this thing is huge. It's really hard for you to miss.
15.
So you hit it with your trident. Black.
I gotta roll damage, right?
Yeah, you can. This one you'll roll damage. That wasn't damage. We got
No.
trident one-handed.
Where do you roll the Isn't it click the damage type?
Click the name. Click the name. Trident one-handed.
I did
in
that
chat.
first.
Yeah.
In the chat box, not in your character sheet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Where it rolled where it showed you the results. There you go. Nine damage. So it sticks into your trident is like a physical thing.
Yeah.
All right. So you chuck it and it hits it, and this thing roars out, and it grabs your trident.
Throws it
And
back.
now it has your trident. No, now it has your trident. And wielding a taco.
Okay, everybody hide. Hide. Only Flaps has a taco.
Aren't you the one that
Wait,
said most bodies?
Did you say
are
they're
like
welding my
70%
trident or my
water?
taco?
If it's holding you by the taco, you've got bigger problems.
All right, how many of these little things are in between me and the creature?
Right. Well, it was like just picking them up out of the pile and throwing them at you. So they're like scurrying behind it and leading up to. So there's probably like half a dozen of them between your spirit guardians and it right now.
Okay, so if I step
Hey,
out there,
hey,
it's gonna swim.
Swash.
Yeah.
You know how you said bodies are 70% water?
Yeah.
And you see that thing over there is a body, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to connect the dots more for you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about what all the stuff I can do with water if that's something I can do. I gotta play with that thought some more.
Don't you have a literal spell that's like create or destroy water?
In the meantime, I want to fix the machine.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and this one's going to be pretty tough because you are not at all familiar with this machine. It's got a bunch of stuff in there that you don't know about.
May
So
I
you give me
use a tentacle twist?
Sure. Of course you can. I can never say no to it. I can never say
You
no to
can.
tentacle
It's
twist.
allowed.
No, I don't think that I can. I think the
I can use
mechanics
it
of
on
the
something
tentacle
else. I
twist-
just have tentacle twist to use.
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Yes, and
put my hand up to the thing, and suddenly, like the data flows over my eyeballs. I'm like, I know everything, and I do the thing.
You're like, whoa, this red
Yeah.
line and this blue line are blah blah, and then you just start reconfiguring things. And there's like some kind of weird crystal panel in the middle, and you're like grabbing out crystals and moving them about. And it's starting. The whole thing is starting to glow green as you're putting them into their new
This is
position.
just like Tetris. I don't know what Tetris is, but it's exactly like that. Okay. So once I do that, every bit of knowledge that I had about this machine is gone from my head. I have no idea how I did that. It was a moment of pure.
You
Bonnie
channeled
genius.
a Bonnie from another universe.
It's true.
I mean, we've already established there's a multiverse, so
I'm gonna go ahead
in
and throw like a
some-
googly eye on my forehead, and that'll be that.
In some universe, there's Techno Bonnie.
Yes.
All right. Everyone else sees the machine that was like kind of the crane thing is still going, but the other machine, like a tube slides out of this big cylinder that's it's on suspension, and it's covered. It's like filled with smoke, and then the tube slowly. There's a hiss, and the tube starts rising, and out of the smoke in the tube, you see a shape that steps towards you, and it's in his duododeca body.
Yes.
Okay, you got it. Let's get the hell out of here.
You've
I
got so
got
many
it.
angles.
Yeah, look
So
at them
many.
all. Wow.
Angles and
Can you see
faces.
separately out of each facet?
Yes, I can.
That's got to be overwhelming
so
and
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, I got sucked into this little thing, and when I came out again, I was perfect. Yeah. Oh,
The machine, the cylinder above, starts vibrating, and you see green light start poking through the seams that are starting to like break apart.
oh wow, that's awesome.
Ah, shite.
There's
it
like
broken?
there's like a gem, like a green glowing gem inside. You can see through the seams of this thing that is like expanding.
That's the
slowly.
thing. I was
Breaking apart.
inside of that.
I'm
Am
gonna
I
look at
correct
Jimmy.
in Bonnie, am I correct in thinking that that's bad? What it's doing right now.
I have no idea anymore. I'm sorry.
I have an idea.
I will do whatever you need me to do to help you achieve what I assume is your goal.
We're
With the
pickling.
chrono essence
The
amulet.
chronescence, yeah.
Chronescence.
Chronescence. Uh-huh.
I'm feeling like this has got a connection with that because they both were green. And color
Alright.
coordination
Yes.
is the law of the
Yeah.
universe.
Wasn't the one
Terrible.
in the belly of the Leviathan? Also,
There was something
Maybe
in
they're
there
all
that
green. I don't know. I
think
thought they were
stole.
different colors, but I could be colorblind.
How high up is this green glowing thing?
It's about 10 feet off the ground, give or take.
Could I jump up there and snatch it out of the air?
You would have to like climb back into that cylinder to get
Mhm.
yourself up there to grab it. Yeah, you could try that. You could roll
Right.
me roll me a d20 with your dex mod.
Okay.
we also have a
Uh,
floating tentacle twist,
All right.
if anybody needs that.
Oh, okay. Who needs it?
Oh, we do.
Ooh.
Okay.
Cat chaps, what are you putting in the barrel? I gotta write it down.
Ah, rats.
Yeah, it's 12. It's fine.
All right.
I mean, your duododeca body is like 8 feet tall. It's pretty large, and so jumping up and like pulling yourself into the thing, you get up there and you can start reaching for that blue.
Use one
glowing
of my
thing in the
many
middle.
limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your weird 16 limbs.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that thing. I'm gonna grab that green glowing thing.
All right. When you do, it kind of shrinks down to a manageable size, but you feel like the power of the life force, like in
Yeah.
your hand in this thing. All right,
All right.
swashbucklers.
Aye.
All right.
Yes.
What? You got a plan, Patches? Because
What's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
I'm moving my butt and the Guardians to the big
We gotta-
dude. I'm gonna get my Triton back.
That's a
That
good
seems
idea.
like a
I'll
reasonable.
move with you.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable first priority.
Walk
In
over. I'm just gonna.
Theory, it shouldn't be spitting out homunculus
walk toward-
balls anymore. But...
I've got my.
Two different machines.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Two different machines.
Cool.
So it is. And as a matter of fact, they have all glommed onto the big creature, kind of like a weird suit of interlocking hand, foot, jaw armor.
What?
Well, that's terrifying.
So it's gonna, as you walk towards it, it walks through your spirit guardians, and the spirit guardians are so busy trying to pick off all the body armor, the body
my
part
God.
armor,
Heyo.
that it kind of gets through, and it has your trident in its hand, toe to toe.
I want to
with
use
the monkey man.
All right,
A
so
little bit like that better.
I'm gonna attack it with my buzzsaw yo-yo. If I succeed,
I'll be shocked. Yes.
I want to use what you will, or no,
I'll
fuck
be
it. I'll
shocked.
just use my tentacle twist then.
All right.
There.
Because I was gonna say I was gonna use my tentacle
All right,
twist
but it's
if
gonna chuck your trident at you first.
what I wanted to do was cut off its arm with my buzzsaw yo-yo, but you're saying it's gonna throw it at me
Well,
first.
what I was saying
Okay.
is I would be shocked if you actually rolled high enough with the buzzsaw yo-yo because you've been historically so bad.
Right. Is he gonna chuck it at me first? Because then I'm gonna use my tentacle twist to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as you see the golden octopus is like attached to it and like picking
Yeah.
up all these body things, but it gets through and it manages to chuck it. It doesn't do a very good job.
You can catch it with
There's
one hand and
really
saw it with the
trident,
other.
yeah. Yep. So you
All right,
can,
I'm
you
gonna do
get
that and saw.
It threw it hard, so when you grab it, you kind of like spin around a little bit with it.
Oh, it gives me more momentum with the buzzsaw.
I was gonna say, just lasso that.
Yeah.
All right,
So
you spin,
cool.
you spin, do a little dance move, and
Yeah.
I told you.
Is that 14 or something, right? It's a 10.
You got a 10, yeah, a 10 and an 18. But you said you're using a tentacle twist because you grabbed the trident out of the air. So
Yeah.
that's impossible thing number one. Impossible thing number two is you hit with your buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Truly impossible thing.
It's a truly well. No, he hit once before. I think he hit once.
I did.
before.
I think it was last game.
I think so.
He's
You're right.
batting like 100.
I've only lost one finger, I think. Okay.
It's pretty good. I hit one enemy, lost one finger. Could be worse.
Potato.
5 damage.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay.
Or whatever. Yeah.
This is a named creature. I mean, you're
Body
using a
armor
tentacle
cover.
twist, so your third could be critical hit, and you could
Okay.
hypothetically just
Yeah, if
tell
it's
me
cool
how
with you.
kill it. Tell me how you kill it.
What was his head again?
It was like a normal person's head, but the skin had been like flayed open, and there were little like silver spiders moving around and like sewing stuff up.
Oh,
and
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm
and
cutting
but
the head
it's
off.
Still,
Fuck,
it's like
yeah.
still screaming.
That. Oh
Like
my
it's in
God, this
intense
poor thing.
agony.
Yeah, I'm tearing off its head. It's good. The buzzsaw cuts through its head. The poor screaming head. Hopefully, it's not screaming anymore as it gets disconnected from the body.
It falls off, and it's like ptink, 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 ptink.
I listen for the thank you. Does it come?
No.
Okay.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ow, thank you. Ow.
Yeah.
And then the giant body kind of totters and falls backwards, and your golden octopus is like shredded to bits. All right. It seems like the octopus is like the machine has stopped spitting out things. Like if you look in the other room, Bonnie, and you see the crane, the bin that it was pulling from is empty. So the crane has stopped.
Solid.
Since that there's no more. But like there's just viscera and gore everywhere on the factory floor right now.
I believe that. That's pretty much
Viscera
par
and
for the
gore on
course.
the factory floor.
Yes, I love it. All
All
right.
right. I'd say let's quit this place. Yes.
You are in the back room processing basically, and you have or you're like right in the doorway. There's a large tube that goes overhead and out what looks like the back wall. There's a door to one side. There's the other two doors in the main factory floor, and then there's the door that you came in the showroom that sounded like it locked solid
Okay.
when you went through it.
You
Yeah.
you've just been through all of this. Do you have any insight as to how you think we should get out?
Yeah, let me ask this orb here.
But yeah, he's got like a glowing green thing. Jimmy, you have the other two pieces, I believe, right?
I do.
Yeah, so you feel like they're like calling to each other here.
Oh.
Can I use a second tentacle twist to steal the third thing without any knowledge of the thing being stolen?
I mean, he's currently looking at it. Technically,
Why do you like this?
With my
technically,
dozens
I
of
say-
eyes.
right? With his
They're
weird
all
multi-dimensional
trained on this one
vision.
somehow.
You're seeing it. You're seeing it on like a completely different level of understanding too. So you, when you're looking at it, you see like tendrils of energy reaching out to these things somewhere on Jimmy's body.
Oh yeah, no, it totally, Jimmy. This thing wants to be close to you.
See, when you say it like that,
Gets a little weird.
I'm less inclined to
No,
Everything
just
is a
here,
trap,
just
Jimmy
no,
says.
here,
Everything in
touch
my
it.
world is a trap.
Touch it.
Jimmy, touch it.
wants to be close to you.
It's reaching out for you.
It's
Jimmy, you still want to steal it?
Yes.
I knew that would happen.
Eventually, we're going to have to teach you what discretion means.
No.
All right, so you're going to use your tentacle twist to steal it?
Well, if it's being offered, then no. I won't have to use the twist to steal it. I will accept the offering.
You guys,
Okay.
there you go. Just pick it up with your weird little limbs.
When you grab it,
with
there's
your
like
tail.
a buzz of energy, and you can feel it like somehow syncing up with the other two things, with the amulet and the heart of the astral leviathan, which is what the second piece was.
Oh.
Yes.
Where was the heart of its butt?
The heart of its butt. No, you got pooped out the other end. No one got pooped out in that episode. They all just died.
It was between episodes that we got pooped out.
Right.
I have a vast misunderstanding of how that being's anatomy worked. Then I had a completely different section in mind.
You were going towards its what
I
you
guess we do
thought
have
was-
to pass the heart to get to the butt. You're right.
So,
I
yeah.
mean,
He's
the
on
real
the way,
way
as they
to a
say.
creature's
I
butt
think-
is through the heart.
I think you were aiming for the butt. And,
The way to the heart is certainly through
And
the
Jimmy
butt.
stole the heart, and then the thing exploded. I think that's how it actually went.
That sounds
Like
more
the
correct.
ship's
right?
gas was guiding you towards the butthole.
If you need
Where else
further
can you-
dating tips, please tune into the.
We're talking about
Swashbucklers.
last episode, right? Not this episode.
Right.
Okay,
A
yeah.
navigational. Where else can you have a navigational conversation about how to get to the butthole?
This is not the
Okay.
weirdest conversation we've had.
Not
No.
even today. All right. So there's the showroom, which seems to be locked to you. There's multiple other doors. There's the factory floor, which is covered in just guts everywhere, bone shards and such. And there's the room, the processing room, which is where came out of. And there's a door there. There's the other two doors up from the factory floor. And there's this big
Patches-
tube that goes out the back wall.
There's a big
Present.
tube. Which direction is the ship right now?
Chippy?
Do we know?
You kind of key in every once in a while. You hear Guido yelling, "Yee-haw, mother!" and then he disappears off of the MiFi again. So he must be like buzzing the building now and again. Sorry, he sounds like, "Yee-haw, mother!"
Gotcha.
Do we know which?
Um,
Okay.
Oh.
Do we know which
Do we
direction?
just walk out? I've got so many legs that I want to try.
Okay, we can just try walking out the way we came. Why don't we do that?
Why
All right.
not?
Yeah, walking.
All right, you go back to the showroom door, and like the buttons on the panel are like unresponsive.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Is the door is made out of metal, right?
It is made out of metal.
I am not going to use my tentacle twist to hack through the door because I've done that once already today.
Yeah.
So,
How predictable.
Reasonable.
what I'm interested in doing is reaching down to my Eldritch Cannon and tinkering around a little bit and see if I can do like a welding torch. And I want to laser through the door.
Sure. You like focus the flame into a
Yeah.
white hot beam.
Yeah.
And then cut through the door.
It will either
Cool, I
cut through
dig
the
it.
door or make everything creme brulee. Either way, it's a win. So
Worse or better?
I dig it. And so you basically I don't understand what that sentence says. You basically like make a focusing tool that takes all the heat from the flame gout and turns it into a beam, and you basically melt around the door.
and I'm gonna
and
hum
it's-
the
there's
Mission Impossible
slag.
song while I do it.
Yep. And then the door is just like theoretically standing there free of its moorings.
Push.
Because why not?
Somebody else actually, maybe with like height and arms and strength.
I have so many arms.
Go for it. Push the
I'm
thing.
quite strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now about the size of Patches in terms of height.
Okay.
With his duododeca.
Go get him, killer.
Get it.
How many arms are you going to use on this thing?
Probably at least
All of them.
6.
All of them. Okay.
I gotta
6.
brace myself with the other
Well,
ones.
the other ones are like in the back and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wave those around.
You got
Just
butt
so
arms?
I got arms everywhere. I don't know if I have what.
It's got
qualifies
5
as a
legs
butt.
because that's the shape of the bottom one. It's got 5 legs, but then it's all arms everywhere else.
Okay.
Around the sides. So there's like 16 arms. Yes. All right, so you put your 6 arms on there, you shove it, and you feel something shoving back on the other side of the door. You hear like zzz, 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 and you might be starting to lose. Roll a d20 with yours. Oh, what was your strength mod?
+3.
Okay, we'll keep that. That was one heck of a puddle. +3 strength mod on a puddle of goo. It's like almost as strong as Patches.
You need a D20 for me.
A strength roll, d20 +3. What's your
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Like the door is like teetering back and forth right now. And you hear zzz, 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 a couple more arms, and you just shove it down, and you hear something crunching, something metal like crunching underneath the door. So the door doesn't drop all the way to the ground; it's kind of cocked up on one side. There must be something like under the door. Behind that, there's something else standing, and you hear something's winding up, and you're not sure. This is a shape you've never seen before. It's like a bunch of cylinders in a circle that are spinning, and they're getting faster. And there's like 2 glowing red triangles above it. It looks angry.
Oh no.
Oh. Something is happening.
And then things start flying out of the spinning barrels.
I'm having an emotion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be like 2 hits.
I
There's 5
know
of
that, like,
5 of
for
you,
my safety, this is worse, but it's
5 of you.
so much cooler.
1, 2. Oh, gets hit, and somehow Bonnie is gonna get hit. Like a shard of metal comes flying out of this thing at high velocity. Bonnie, you're like, that's the smallest cannon I've ever. Ooh.
Heck and tarnation.
Bonnie, you take
Tarnation
2.
indeed.
You take. Now this is a wholly new experience
My
for
body.
you. Yeah, some metal thing just drove into your physical body.
My body was brand new.
Hurt. It only did 1 point of damage.
I
As
hardly
soon as you take it
do
off-
anything with it yet.
As soon as you take it
The
off the hook,
pain.
it loses its worth.
The rest of you just feel things like zip, 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 zip past you.
Okay, where can we run?
I am so.
Well, I mean,
angry.
it's on the other side of this now cut open door,
Oh.
so you could just dip around the sides of the door, I guess, for now.
Done.
Can we run
Let's do
past
that.
it?
Yeah.
We can run past it? Okay.
You could run past it. It's in the showroom.
I'm gonna run right into it.
Well, the showroom's where we need to go, right? We're running into the showroom to get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the showroom is like the front of the building as far as you are concerned.
Foyer.
I'm gonna run for that thing.
All right, so you run. It's gonna probably fire one more time.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a little better. You're gonna be 5'6". Oop, that's one for you. 5'6". 1, 2, 3, 4, and one hits Jimmy.
No.
One hits and one hits Jimmy. You take another. Another 1 point of damage. Meanwhile, Jimmy, you take 1 point of damage.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that to half it.
All right. Okay. Well, you half it to half, and we round up on damage, so you stay
Drat.
Uncanny.
I don't make the rules. How uncanny that was. And then you just plow into this thing, and the spinning tube, you just bend it upward, and it starts making like shards of ceiling are raining down.
Great.
And you hear like zzz as it's trying to like aim it at your the top dodeca, which is basically what you consider mostly your head right now.
If I could, I would like to do a thing I have not had a chance to use yet.
Yes.
I would like to rage in this moment.
You've been a barbarian this whole time.
And I want
puddle,
to,
Very
and I
angsty
want to,
puddle.
and I want one of the abilities
Rage
that I have
puddle.
for this particular subclass of barbarian. I'm gonna manifest my massive jaws and just crunch down on whatever this thing is that dared to try and damage my brand new body.
All right.
Yeah, screw this guy. Screw this
Yeah,
guy.
you do all of that. The rest of you are like, do you know it could do that? I don't know what this thing can do.
Why what he's having?
In your head, you hear some sort of instruction coming in from somewhere. You're not sure. It says 10 if v equals 7 times x variant function, then blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you're not sure. 20, blah, 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 20, go to 20, blah, 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 go to 50. You just like hear this whisper in your head right now. But yes, your tidal rage destroys this thing.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay?
Perfectly acceptable.
Never better.
Yeah. Something is
So we're the light beings.
weird.
Beings.
What?
Are the light beings here?
The platform is currently dark, but the being says like, congratulations, you have achieved your new friend from man.
That's
Night,
right.
butters. Well, great. It was a lot of help, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here now. And
Lovely doing business with you.
Yeah, like
you should come with us.
Waiving the fee.
Should come with us.
They didn't waive the fee.
They didn't.
No, the fee was another life. Something died in there, I'm sure.
Oh my
It
god.
was going to be one of you, Jimmy, but you survived. Jimmy, because Jimmy says everything's a trap for Jimmy.
Understandable.
Well, let's
Where's
not
that
ask
freedom,
any
Fluffy?
follow-up questions to that.
All right, and like every once in a while, because the front wall is you can see through, you can see outside, right? Even though it looks like stone from the outside, you can see through it. You see the ship come like sailing past, and then you, in your minds, you hear Captain Guido like, throw it, and then you hear like an explosion. Yes, do it again, mate.
Has anybody got a tentacle twist left?
I do.
I do, yeah. What do you need?
Get us back on the boat.
Oh, can I summon the pill thing to take us back out?
Yeah.
How come you can
like,
summon it?
I
Okay.
I feel like there's got to be a panel on the wall or something.
Oh, I see.
There's
Okay.
like a yellow dashed box on the ground, And Patches goes and he's like, "This thing has to come back somehow," and it just shows up, and you summoned it.
Nice.
Oh, there's a taxi rank.
The pill opens up and it's just sitting waiting.
Let's not question this any
Get
further.
on.
Get in.
Two more.
Get in.
Two more if you
losers,
want
we're
to end
going
this
shopping.
episode with a Kraken.
We're gonna end it with a kraken, an astral kraken, an assload of krakens.
All right, so we're on the
So many
pod,
Kraken.
and the pod's gonna take us to the
Oh,
boat.
Krakens.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Okay, so what's happening?
All right, so there's a bunch of. How many tentacle twists do you all have?
I got 0, I think.
Juliet gave you one. Juliet Hart.
Jewel Heart just
Stop!
gave me one.
Stop! There's already a
Oh,
kraken
tentacle just
full.
watch. All right, I got one.
There's a kraken full.
We've only got 16 minutes.
We got 16 minutes. There's only so much I can do now. All right.
Got one more. We got a
So
Kraken.
you get
I
into
got one.
into the pill thing, right? And it closes and it starts moving out. And when it leaves the showroom, a giant hand reaches down and picks it up. And it's like starts carrying
Is it
you off the
green?
ground. No, it's not green.
What?
It's like red and silver and stuff. And when you get up to the top, you see like this metal skeleton with huge glowing red eyes. And it looks like it's gonna put it into its mouth and chomp you into pieces. When it opens its mouth, there's like rotating razor teeth inside, like, bzzz, and it looks like a wood chipper. It's gonna
Someone
wood chip
do
ya.
something.
I've got this. Got
Okay.
this.
You've got this.
Yeah.
All right, champ, go get him.
I'm gonna jump right into that mouth.
What? So the front of the pill like gets chewed off, and just dives into the teeth of the. What is going on?
Little bones.
Little Bones is raiding.
Hello, everybody.
Raid. Holy cow!
Hi,
Holy
everybody.
cow! How
Welcome
does
to
this always happen?
Swashbucklers.
All right, so I'm gonna recap the last five minutes, or the last
Yes,
minute.
please.
So they were in this Forge of Man factory because our ship's guest was a puddle that wanted a new body, which they did. They just got a new body, which is like two dodecahedrons, two 12-sided objects put together. He's got eyes and 16 arms and 5 legs. It's really weird.
Welcome to the dungeon.
Stack
We've
two
got fun and
12-sideds
games.
together, but then make them 8 feet tall, and that's what you get. And they were just about to escape, and then a kraken was thrown after all the tentacle twists. And so they were in this little pill-shaped transport, and just when it left the showroom and they thought they were going to be free, this massive creature picked it up, and it's got like this metal skull with red glowing eyes. It's like huge, and it's going to eat them. And when it opens its mouth, it's like a wood chipper. There's just like a bunch of teeth like spinning around, and it starts chewing off the end of this pill capsule thing that they're in. And then our ship's guest, that's his name, jumped into it.
I'm just gonna try to use all of my many limbs and my height and my tremendous strength to just like keep the mouth from closing on the floating pill.
Okay.
So that
All right.
might buy the rest of them some time.
So the 20 appendages are currently like grabbing onto like razor teeth, and he's kind of spinning around slowly, but he's currently stopped it from chewing up the capsule that you are all in, Swashbucklers. What do you want to do?
I would like to burn a tentacle twist to Bamf to the power cord that is supplying this entity and unplug it.
Jesus. Okay, I got a better idea for a tentacle
No,
twist.
I like this. I'm trying to figure the physical description.
It's
Trying to
using an
figure-
extension cord and
Yeah. There's like this massive like steel wrapped cable coming out of the back of it, you bamf to the power source, right? The power source is not in the thing, it's out in the building. So you're back in the building, in the back of the building, and you're standing in a totally different room.
Mhm.
And there's a giant two-pronged power switch.
It's a plug. It's a power plug.
Fine, it's a big power plug. But it's
Grounded?
massive. You gotta like it might crush you when you unplug it.
Can
Everything's a trap.
Inflict wounds upon it?
Everything's a trap.
You want that? You want to cast magic on this thing?
I think it will destroy it. Yes.
Sure, go ahead.
Do.
This is where Jimmy dies. It's like biting into the Christmas lights. Yep. Make a melee spell attack. You should have a button to just inflict wounds on your attacks and spell casting box. Meow, wow. Just-
I don't think it.
Then the Christmas tree burned up.
Should just be.
No,
It's an 18.
you should have a button. You don't have a button.
I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I found it.
Got distracted
There it
by
is.
the laser beam. Yeah, I mean, you used
I am, using the
you
tentacle.
using so yeah, you get it. I'll just do that. You chop like inside this metal, this steel wrapped cable. You chop. 16 bits of like little wires inside going through, and that's enough to depower the creature.
Yes.
Which then is overbalanced because it was leaning down, and so it's going to fall onto the pill capsule.
Oh no.
So you're all in there and like stop spinning, and the light from in the eyes, the red light. But then you all get this weird sensation of weightlessness as it starts leaning forward.
Hey, I can only save everybody a
Someone
little
call
bit.
Captain Guido. We need him to and get us on the ship.
Yes. So
I'm thinking
I
as
hope that
hard
makes
as I
sense.
can.
Wait, who's got a tentacle twist?
I do.
Patches?
Or Patches. You want to spend
Swash?
yours to do it?
I'm
Here's-
pretty sure I spent mine.
I
Oh,
know
okay.
how to do it. I just want to know who to send it to.
I'm gonna do the. Wait. Are you gonna do a tentacle twist?
Like I have an idea how the tentacle twist could do it, and it'd be pretty epic.
Yes. If we're tracking, yes.
Okay.
I'm spend mine.
Patches, yours? Okay, I'll spend yours.
Mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
Whoever's got one.
I think Swash might be the only person left.
I think I might have one, but then again, I just used one.
I mean I have something in mind, pretty simple, but no great bait. But if you wanna give you're gonna tell me.
You said that you were going to use yours, so I can send it to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's basically we're tracking. So what I wanted to have happen is all of a sudden out of nowhere we hear something along the lines of "fuck you," and all of a sudden the shadow falls over the pill as the ship comes flying by. And we see it go by. We hear him yelling and stuff. We see it going by. We're like, shit, he's not stopping. How are we gonna get it? All of a sudden the anchor comes by, slams into the side of the pill, and poof, we get taken off. Shoot. Can we
it's
grab
the stolen anchor, as a matter of fact? That Patches threw into the ship, if you remember, or you blew it up, and the anchor blew off the other ship into your ship.
That's right.
It's that anchor.
Yes.
Okay, that's one impossible thing. I want to throw my my thing, my
yo-yo.
my yo-yo, my yo-yo buzzsaw. I'm gonna throw it so that can grab onto it.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw
You're
that.
gonna attack him.
Nah, I'm throwing it near him.
Throw it past him, and then he can
grab
grab
it.
onto
Grab
the
the string.
thing. It's gonna pull him back in.
Yeah, if he chooses to grab onto it.
Yeah, I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
I like the pause. I appreciate
choice,
the
good choice.
pause.
Can't tell if I like these people or not yet.
So as that big, oh, what about Jimmy? Jimmy Bamfin back?
Oh no, Jimmy doesn't have a tentacle twist stuff.
Yeah. So Great Ape, if you do this right now, you're gonna give Chris some pain because he's gonna have to figure out how he's gonna end with a kraken.
A third Kraken? Is this a third one?
Well, wait.
It would be a.
Oh wait, was the big guy? Because we didn't have.
The big guy was the second Kraken.
Oh, so.
Okay.
But we never filled the kraken though.
It's.
No,
Oh, I
there's
thought
still
it was-
one left.
I thought it was full.
Oh, so that was okay. All right, so that was already full. Never mind. That was already the kraken. That
I want to buy
made a lot of
followers
sense.
and viewers. Send me it to fu@notmail.com.
Thanks, Legion.
Okay, so let me get this straight. As our ship goes by, flies by, grabs us with the anchor of the pill. I grab this giant robot thing is starting to fall because it's turned off.
Yeah, it was like overbalanced, so it's slowly starting to fall forward. So the anchor just plucked you out of its clutches.
Where's Jimmy?
He's in the building.
No, I'm asking these guys.
You don't.
Where's
Oh, no.
Jimmy?
I can't keep track of him.
He left.
Wait. Okay.
He turned into a
Like,
cloud
open it.
again.
Okay.
Jimmy, there's the
Jimmy,
giant
are you all
power
right?
plug and outlet in the room you're in, and I didn't even read that room. I figured we wouldn't get there. Filled with massive machinery. You see a strange symbol on like this big metal capsule. It's like a ball, and then there's a bunch of weird oval rings kind of circling around it.
Okay, so I don't know what that means, and instead this idea came to me right now of creating an explosion that would propel me towards the ship.
Hell yeah.
I love it. You're gonna do this without a tentacle twist?
I am going to attempt to do this without a tentacle twist.
Glorious. We will build off of your previous tentacle twist where you inflicted wounds onto this giant steel
Oh,
cable.
look, we got a tentacle twist for Jimmy.
My blowtorch cannon is still in the building, if that is helpful. It's probably just wandering around at this point. So
I mean, it only moves when you direct it to move.
I have asked it to move around randomly.
Move randomly.
Move randomly. Okay.
Roll an 8-sided die and go in a direction. Okay, the Lich gave you a tentacle twist. So the thing short circuit. It gets really hot. Your hair starts to fall out a little bit in patches, and then there's an explosion that shoots you out of a vent in the ceiling, and you come like streaming out, leaving a trail of hair behind you, and you're like.
So this is what I want.
You just get to the side of the ship.
I want to say, as we're flying, as we go off, I go, "Where's Jimmy?" And that's when we see comes racing across the sky.
Twisting his body, trying to get the right.
I uncanny dodge all of this damage.
And you just jab onto. You jab your clawed hands onto the side of the ship as it sails away with the anchor chain down, the anchor, the pill with Bonnie, Patches, and Swash in it, and then like the line from the Buzzsaw Yo-Yo with like hanging on the end of it, and you just into a cloud, and you're gone.
Wow.
I love this. What an ending.
Oh.
It was beautiful.
I love those endings.
Roll credits.
That's the Swashbucklers.
Did the big skeleton fall on the Forge of Man? If we look back and we see that being destroyed.